Hello, everyone, and I'm Wes Underwood alongside
Michael Carney.
Yep, and we would like to welcome you to Joplin Eagles football here on Jet HD. Your Eagles return home after winning on the road last week impressively, and, well, Joplin got down early last week, and it was 10-0 at the end of the first quarter, and Joplin didn't go into the night easily, did they?
Mm-mm.
And Joplin ended up coming back, getting a safety in the second quarter to start things off. And then it all went uphill there for the Eagles as they ended up getting 4 turnovers in the second half combined. And it was an interesting game because you didn't think that they were going to win it, and then they ended up winning it. Come out on top, 18-17 there. And, well, tonight they're coming home against the Rolla Bulldogs, who host a 2-1 record as well. So what are the keys for tonight's game? What do you think?
Well, I think that the Eagles, they can't make any mistakes. Last week, when they played, they had a lot of penalties. 12 penalties in total, which is a lot more than you want in one game. 5 penalties for false start miscues, and the rest were just normal pass interference calls and stuff like that. Next, they need to run the ball a lot more. We saw 2 weeks ago, last time when they were home, that they were very strong on the ground. So if they do that again, they'll be very, very strong in this game. One player in particular, Ellis, rushed for 110 yards last week and already throughout this year has around 300 yards rushing, which is pretty impressive already for this high school season so far. And finally, the defense needs to play big. Last week, Joplin's defense stepped it up and had not allowed a point to be scored for 2 straight quarters. Let's see if we can carry that into tonight's game against the Bulldogs. They need to attack senior quarterback Josh Pritchett, who threw for over 300 yards last week versus Parkview and rushed for 142 yards. He also has 500-plus rushing yards on the year already. This guy leads the team, and if you contain him, you should have a pretty good night.
Indeed. And Joplin has won the toss, and as you can see, they're kicking off. And we'll get the start here. Beautiful night here at Jung Stadium, and nice open field tackle there by the Eagles, and that's going to be number 9, excuse me. And that's going to be Elijah Emninger for the Eagles, and number 9 for the Bulldogs, and that's going to be Roderick Alford, who ran the ball there for the Bulldogs. So good start so far for the Eagles, not allowing them to get past midfield. Looked like they were going to break free there, but nice open field tackle.
If you remember a couple games ago, the opposing team against the Eagles returned a return all the way for a touchdown, so they definitely need to work on that in this game.
Yes, they do. And last week, I mean, as we stated at the beginning of this, Joplin, and there you go, actually. Penalties were last week's wrongdoing for the Eagles, and false start for the Bulldogs.
There you go. Hopefully the Bulldogs are the one making all the penalties in this game. Interesting that it was on the first play. We might see a lot of penalties in this one.
Indeed, this is one of Joplin's longtime rivals.
Yep. We'll see how they do. The Joplin student section today is particularly excited for this one. I think right now they got a Hawaiian theme going on, but they should support pretty well.
See a lot of support out of the Joplin family tonight. Nice tackle there by the Eagles. Great job for the Eagles.
Yep, great stop. Defense really needs to step it up this game if they want to get the W.
Yep, that's number 90 right there. You can see him at the bottom of your screen almost.
Yeah,
We're going to do some walk tonight.
Going to be Travis Steyerwalt on that tackle.
Big players for Joplin right now.
Looks like we've got a screen pass to the right side, but he gets stopped.
Yep, and Joplin eats him up. Definitely good production by the defense, as we talked. And Joplin is going to force a third down here.
Yep.
3rd and 16.
Let's see if they can make the stop. It'd be a pretty great advantage for them if they were able to cause a quick 3 and out and then get the ball immediately.
Indeed. Pritchett's back to get the ball. He avoids the sack there. He's going to take a run. He's got over 500 yards, as we stated, and he'll be just short, so it looks like Joplin's going to get the ball.
Yep. It's going to make it 4th down. Looks like the punting team's already coming out for the Bulldogs. Looks like the Eagles did make the stop, and they're going to get the ball back.
Awesome job for the Eagles there, and definitely good news if you're the defensive coordinator tonight, playing off the momentum of last week where they left off, and they could possibly make it 3 scoreless quarters.
Yep, that's true. The Rolla Bulldogs offense is pretty dangerous, averaging about 40 points a game so far, so they're going to have to stop them.
An okay punt as Westmoreland lets it go.
Looks like the Eagles are going to get the ball around their own 25-yard line, start their first drive of the day.
So good job by Colton Morris there to get the ball down, and Joplin is going to be in decent field position.
Yep, that's true. Let's see what kind of offense they're going to run when they come out for their first drive. If they're going to run the ball or pass it. We know both are strong, but it'll be interesting to see what kind of strategy they're going to pull out first.
Indeed. Joplin's defense last week, man, were they good.
Yep, they were.
2 safeties in that game, and a blocked punt, and a forced fumble.
Yep, that's definitely what you want to see from your defense.
Yep, and there's Ellis right there. Joplin Eagles going to get a good gain, and that's going to be number 26, Jay Ellis.
Yep, looks like they're listening to us. That was a great, strong run to start off. Already almost to midfield for the Eagles on that first play.
Indeed. And Joplin edging closer to Bulldog territory. There's a little bit of the air it out game as it goes to Westmoreland, who caught a touchdown reception last week. Excuse me, that's number 4. Yep. That is going to be James Moman, the junior for the Eagles.
It's going to make it pretty close to a first down, about 2nd and 2 now. Let's see if they can make it for that first down.
Indeed. That'll be Cornett with the catch, and he'll reach for the first down just by about a yard. And the Eagles are moving smoothly.
Yep. Going back to that defensive performance for the Eagles last week, those turnovers that they forced probably won them the game. That's a great example of a defense pulling through for your team. Let's see if they can do it again today.
Yep.
Hopefully have that same caliber performance.
And there goes Ellis again. He's up the middle. He's going to get tackled at the 20. Ellis, 2 15-yard rushes here.
Great run. Already made it to the red zone of the Bulldogs. That's a great run. Looks like they're doing hurry up now.
He's looking like Kareem Hunt of the Chiefs last night.
Oh, yeah. Except he didn't fumble on that first run. Thankfully.
Indeed. Joplin looking good. Ellis doesn't want to go down. That's the determination you want to see out of your young running back.
Yep. Got to fight for every yard. That makes a good running back right there.
Again, we want to welcome you all to Jet HD, Joplin Eagles football here tonight. Wes Underwood alongside
Michael Carney.
And we are glad to bring you this game. It'll be an exciting one as Joplin rides in on a 2-game winning streak.
Short run there. Yep, looks like both teams today are going to be pretty evenly matched, both being 2-1 coming into this game. We should see a pretty good one today.
Indeed. Both offenses putting up a little over 400 yards a game.
Some very high production from both offenses. 400 yards each. Both their defenses are going to have to step it up. Looks like the Eagles right now are driving very, very well down the field.
Indeed. Time running off the clock. 7:41 to go here in the first quarter after Joplin forces a turnover, and that will be Westmoreland now.
Yeah, it looks like a first down. That was a great quick pass down the middle of the field. Looks like it's going to be 1st and goal now for the Eagles, inching closer to that end zone.
And Joplin's knocking on the door. Ellis gets the carry. He'll take it into about the 5.
Nice short run. Looks like they might want to try to run it in right now. That hole was plugged pretty fast, though. Looks like all these runs for the Eagles so far have been up the middle. We'll see what they try now.
Looks like they're going to go with a little pass option, but this could be an option out to the side. Or it'll be a handoff, faking all of us. Ellis looks to go in.
Ooh, almost makes it to the 1-yard line.
And number 53 there, taking Jay-Sean Ellis onto the back of the leg there.
Yeah. Looked like he was going to make it to the end zone, but he was brought down pretty hard.
Yep. A little bit of a dirty tackle, but
looks like they should make it now, though. They're getting really close.
they bring in the jumbo package.
Yep, this worked pretty well last time.
Joplin's in.
Yep, hops right over the defense for a touchdown. That's a great job by the Joplin Eagles offense.
Indeed, with 6 minutes, 27 seconds left to play here in the first quarter. Your Joplin Eagles just took the lead, 6-0.
Yep, looks like they just snapped directly to running back Jacob Bartlett on that one, and he just hopped right over the defensive line. That'll do it.
Things looking great early for the Eagles right now. Defense stepping up big, just as they did a week ago. Joplin probably got a talking to after about a minute or so into the game after 2 quick scores for Kickapoo last week.
Yep.
And, well, Joplin ended up edging out that win, not allowing a point scored. And here we are again with 6:27 looking to make that perfect streak continue.
Yep. Looks one difference you'll see from last game, though, for the Eagles. They scored right on their first drive in the first quarter. Last week, you would have noticed that in the second half is when the offense really stood up and started scoring. But looks like they're really starting off strong on this one, which is a good sight for the coaches and the fans.
Tonight, if you're looking forward to the Eagles playing some football, we got some other things coming up, too. We got Mr. Jake Williams coming into the booth here in a little bit, beginning of the second quarter. So we'll see him in about 6.5 minutes or so, and going to be talking some middle school athletics as he became the new middle school athletics director this year. And then we have our superintendent, Dr. Moss, coming in at halftime to talk about her transition into Joplin schools this year and kind of just to talk to her about how school's going.
Yep. See how it's going for all the students. I know that my year's going pretty well so far.
Indeed. And as for staff member, our year's going pretty well, too. It's a solid year, and Joplin football is also making it hard not to like.
Yep. Performing very well this season so far.
It's number 40 and number 10 for the Eagles, and that's going to be Deron Morgan, number 10, and number 40, that's going to be Jackson Dinger. And they take him out.
Great tackle on the sideline. Every single time that you kick the ball to the opposing team, you got to be ready. Just one slip up, and that's 7 points for the opposing team.
Yeah, and I talked to Coach Alan Linden before the game and asked him about a couple weeks ago whenever they had that 97-yard kickoff return for a touchdown. He just kind of looked back like, you had to bring that up. Well, it happened, and he said that they were going to contain it tonight, so we shouldn't see anything but almost perfect from this Joplin special teams unit. As you can see, Coach Linden down there with the headset at the top of your screen.
Yep, definitely want to learn from your mistakes. Can't forget what happens in the last game. You see what happened and you improve upon it, and so far the Eagles are doing well, containing 2 returns so far.
Indeed. We got a lot going on here tonight. As you can see down there, we got the fans just kind of jumping up and down. You said Hawaiian theme, and
yep.
Why aren't you dressed up Hawaiian theme?
Oh, I got to be up here in the booth. I got to represent Jet HD today. But, yep, they're doing very well right there, or down there in the student section. Always very excited. I saw them running around the track earlier as a huge group.
It is indeed, and student section is full. And as well as the stadium, as Joplin has brought back the life of football tradition here.
Yep.
So number 22 is going to get the run, and that's going to be the other threat for the Bulldogs, and that is going to be the senior Davis Burr. He's 6'1", 185 pounds. Don't want to get in his way.
Yep. Definitely got to be careful with him when he's running the ball. Going to want to contain him pretty well. Looks like he got the edge on that last one. He's getting closer to the first down.
Indeed. And here we go as the chance for defense start here tonight. It's number 11 for the Bulldogs will get the ball there, and a whole bunch of Eagles are going to wrap him up just behind the first down marker. No forward progress there. And that is Jake Grooms, the senior for the Bulldogs.
Great job of the Eagles to all rush to the carry to get that tackle together. But looks like it was indeed a first down.
Yeah, they gave him the first down. If this were college ball, I would say challenge it.
Yeah, I definitely would, but fortunately don't got the replay systems to do that.
Unfortunately, we do not. And as Pritchett gets the ball, and he's going to keep it and see how he's the leader of this team. And again, we stated over 500 yards on the ground. He has just about 600 through the air, so pretty good leadership by Pritchett.
Yep, a dual threat. If he's dropping back to pass, you have to watch for everything. You got to have the great coverage and also see if he's going to scramble. So it's going to prove to be quite a challenge for the defense today.
As Booz was in there for the tackle. Joplin's defense needs to come up with a turnover here. So they look to strip the ball out there. Number 21 had his hands on it, but number 22 for the Bulldogs, and that's going to be Davis Burr again, and he held on to it pretty good. So Joplin holds them to a 3rd and 1. Student section comes good tonight. So they got the whistle.
Yep, they're very close to that first down mark. It looks like inches from here.
Indeed. Just down by the nose of the ball, and Pritchard's going to keep it, and he's going to run what he does best. If you're Joplin's defense, you got to strengthen up a little bit here, and if you're the Bulldogs offense, just keep giving the ball to your quarterback, and he's going to do something for you.
Yep. If the Eagles defense isn't going to do anything to stop him, then they can just do that all day, and he'll be able to run around him. Very dangerous when you have a dual-threat quarterback like that. Reminds me of someone like Cam Newton or even Michael Vick back in the day.
And if you're local, a little bit of Alex Smith last night.
Yeah. If you're a Chiefs fan.
Not to mention Michael Vick is a Chief now too, so.
Yep.
Two great quarterbacks for that organization just working together.
Mm-hmm. That's for sure. Man, that Patriots-Chiefs game last Sunday was very exciting. I loved seeing the Patriots lose.
Indeed, a lot of people probably did. And as I saw a meme out there, the GOAT goes down, and Alex Smith on the cover of Madden, and it says the GOAT Slayer. Yeah.
Yep. He is.
And Pritchard making it look easy. So he finds his man, number 1, and that is going to be Caleb Turner, the senior for the Bulldogs.
Bulldogs are just marching down the field right now. Eagles defense isn't doing much to stop. They're running or they're passing.
Nope, it looked like they were amped up, and they may give up some points here.
Yep. Inching closer to the red zone of the Eagles.
That's going to go back to number 11, and that's going to be Jake Grooms, the senior. So all senior action for the Bulldogs here.
Yep, nice catch on the sideline by him. This coverage needs to step up on the Eagle side. But as the room for the Bulldogs gets smaller and smaller, we'll see what they pull out here. Should probably maybe expect a run from the quarterback, but we'll see.
Indeed, as Joplin looks to stop Pritchett. And he'll hand it off to number 22, and that again is going to be Davis Burr.
Getting even closer. This is looking a lot like the Eagles' last drive that they had. Both teams just marched down. Might have a shootout if it stays like this for the rest of the game.
Indeed, just like we had a couple weeks ago.
Yep. We all know how exciting that was.
Yep. Fortunately, Joplin came out on top of that with a couple of late turnovers and some penalties. Joplin was actually the least penalized team in that game.
That's true, surprisingly.
And Pritchett's going to keep the ball again, has nowhere to go, and they're going to get the sack.
That's what you're looking for next time he scrambles. You want the quarterback to have nowhere to go. Keep cutting back and forth until you get him behind the line of scrimmage.
Indeed, and Stowell gets the tackle. 2:40 to go, 3rd and 5. And Joplin looks to contain the quarterback, Pritchett. Drops back to pass. He'll throw it up. And is it a touchdown? No, Joplin fans, it's out of bounds.
That looks pretty close. If I would have been the judge, I would have said he was in, but I guess not.
So it's going to bring up 4th and 5. Good stop by the Eagles, and it's going to be an awkward kick.
Yep. Let's see if he can make it.
Indeed. And no wind here tonight. Beautiful night. Going to drop down to the lower 60s.
Oh,
and it's blocked by the Eagle. Yes. And it goes all the way back like a punt. And Joplin's going to take over, so the scoreless streak stays intact for the Eagles.
That was some great fortune for the Eagles right there, making that block right there. Reminds them of the defense last week, getting all those turnovers.
Yep, all he had to do was just stick his face in there because that was right off the face mask.
Yep, sure was.
And Joplin, with the turnover there, finds themselves in their own territory, marching into the Bulldog, believe, 46-yard line.
That was incredibly fortunate for the Eagles.
Indeed, it was. 2:11 left to play here in the first. Joplin's up 7-0. Tash back to pass. He finds Westmoreland. Westmoreland's going to find some room, and he's going to be brought down.
That was a great trick play right there with the reverse pass, using that momentum from the blocked kick to bring it with a trick play. And now they're going to be in the Bulldogs red zone. That was some great coaching decisions right there.
Sophomore there, and Joplin threatening once again.
Yep. Going to bring him to about the Bulldogs 16-yard line. Let's see if they can punch it in.
And Ellis is going to get it as the defender's too late to get to the ball.
Hammered through the defense right there. Going to bring him closer to the first down. I think he's past the 10 on that one.
Indeed.
That was a beautiful throw by the wide receiver on that last trick play, too. Throwing it way down the field.
Tash lines up. He'll hand it off to Ellis again. Ellis becoming the workhorse early. He is well over 60 yards for this game.
That's great. Not even the end of the first, and he's already giving a lot of production to his team. And it's hard to bring him down. As you can see, he just keeps moving his legs. That's a great running back.
D clock stops with 1:25 and starts back up now, and Joplin gets the 1st and goal. Ellis gets the ball back, and he's inching closer to the end zone. Joplin will be about 4 yards closer. This offensive line for the Eagles is pushing pretty well.
Yeah, they sure are. Giving a lot of holes for Ellis and keeping some good protection on the passes. As you can see, they're pretty stacked right now with about 7 linemen.
Indeed, as Tash runs it out to the side. Have a flag down. Tash gets in. Touchdown right now. And it may get called back.
Yep, that might be a holding call, but we'll see. Yep.
Indeed. The referee doesn't look too thrilled.
Nope. Pretty unfortunate for the Eagles getting that called back. But nonetheless, that was a pretty good leading block by Ellis to get him in the end zone. We'll see where this ball is placed right now after that penalty.
Indeed.
Yep, holding on the Eagles.
Like to welcome retired Joplin teacher Rhonda Salone to the broadcast, and thank you for watching.
Yep, thank you so much.
Words of encouragement there. We appreciate it. Was my comm arts teacher back in the day.
Really?
Around 09, 07, or excuse me, 08.
Oh.
Sorry. And that's Cornett with the ball.
So you brought that all the way to the 1.
Yep, Joplin's bringing up a 3rd and goal. They're going to be about a yard away.
Bringing back in all those linemen.
Yep,
Looks like they might try what they did on their last drive with number 18 to just punch it in.
Yep, jumbo package coming in here. And Joplin student section getting on their feet, getting the train going. Just short, and it's going to bring up 4th and goal. And about 4 inches shy. We're going to run out of time here. With the clock winding down to 0, Joplin leads 7-0 at the end of the first quarter. And, well, 3 straight quarters of scoreless football for the Eagles.
Yep, that's true. Well, looks like that they got pretty lucky on the defensive side on the last Bulldogs drive, but on this offensive drive, it looks like it's going to be 4th and 1 on the Bulldogs' 1-yard line. That was an interesting formation they just did. Obviously not playing the cards very close to their chest.
Indeed.
Bringing in all those linemen and having number 18 take the snap, but we'll see if they're going to try to go for the kick or just punch it in for a touchdown.
And here we go as the Joplin Eagles marching band getting things going here in the intermission. And Joplin coming up to a 4th and goal decision. 12 minutes to start here in the second quarter, and things going swimmingly for the Eagles.
Yep. They're doing really well so far. Hopefully it stays like this throughout the whole first quarter, minus some small defensive mistakes. Overall, they're doing pretty well on offense.
Indeed. Only 1 penalty tonight for the Joplin Eagles offensive line. That's pretty good.
That is very good. Yep. Hopefully by the end of this game, they won't have anywhere near close to 12 like they did last week.
Indeed. Again, if you're just now joining us, Joplin 7, Rolla 0. Starting the second quarter, it's 4th and goal, and the Eagles line up in the jumbo package again. And he'll get in this time.
Yep,
Joplin's up.
That was a great run by him. Looks like it wasn't that hard. Just going around the left side a little bit and makes it in. It's going to be a Joplin Eagles touchdown.
Indeed, and they find themselves up 13-0.
Let's see if they can make it 14, but this is a pretty great lead for the Eagles to start this game.
Yes, it is. Muffed snap. Joplin's not going to get the extra point, and once again, the Joplin Eagles get 13 on their second drive of the game. A couple weeks ago, they had that same miscue and fell back, and Joplin went up 13 to, I believe, 7 at that point, and we saw that was last week. We saw Parkview come back.
Yep. Yep, looks like both teams today having some trouble with getting those extra points and field goals.
Indeed.
But just looked like a little problem with the long snap there, but they should pick that up throughout the rest of the game.
And folks, we would like to welcome into the booth Mr. Jake Williams. And he is Joplin Eagles' new middle school's athletic director, and welcome.
Thanks. Appreciate you having me up. Enjoying the game so far. Great weather, and the guys are playing well.
Definitely great weather, and Joplin finds themselves up 13-0 right now. Unfortunately, a muffed snap there, so Joplin looking good here early.
Yeah, I'm enjoying it. That block kick turned out to be a great thing for us, and 30 yards back in the right direction for us.
Indeed, and we'd like to welcome you into the booth, taking over for now athletic director Matt Hyatt. And how's that transition been for you?
It's been interesting. It's really busy. I can tell you right now, it's a huge learning curve for me. I've enjoyed every minute of it. I knew what I was getting myself into, and I'm excited for the opportunity, excited to help our coaches and our young athletes the best that I can. And Matt Hyatt's been a great mentor for me.
Awesome. And he followed a good one in Jeff Starkweather there. And as you can see down on the field, a little bit of your guys' success here in the past few years, as we have a bunch of sophomores this year playing some defense and offense for the Eagles.
Yeah, our young guys are great, and we're excited about the future. And that's an absolutely all credit to our coaching staffs and all the sports that we're doing. They're working their tails off to get all our sports headed in the right direction, and we're excited about our young guys for sure.
That's good, and sounds like you've had a pretty productive and busy summer. You get this job and have a birth of a baby girl, and sounds like it's been a little interesting there.
It's been nothing but busy, man. It's been nothing but busy, and I'm very grateful for my beautiful wife. She's been at home with the new baby and been real supportive of everything that's going on, and we're excited. That makes girl number 3 for us. So,
and that makes your dad grandfather for the 3rd time, and he's Joplin Eagles women's basketball coach, correct?
That's right. My dad, Jeff Williams, he's the girls coach, and it's been nice having him around as a mentor. He helped me get my foot in the door with the coaching job, and
Awesome.
It led to a teaching job, and here I am now. But he's got 6 grandbabies now. I got 2 nephews and a niece, and then my 3 babies. So we're just growing the family.
It's good. Last question for you here before we head back into action for the Eagles. And attended MSSU, and you've been kind of a basketball track guy growing up, and I mean being around it with your dad and everything. And are you excited about MSSU's basketball and track program as they go into the future? I've seen that they've had a lot of really good players and runners for both sides there.
Yeah, Brian Scheiding took over for Coach Rutledge. Tom Rutledge is who I was under out there at Southern, and he was, he's going to be a Hall of Famer out there.
Yeah.
He did a great job getting that program going. And then Brian Scheiding, he's just followed in suit.
Yeah.
He's doing a great job. And of course, Southern basketball under Jeff Boschee, they're heading in the right direction as well. And I love it. Let's get sports here in Joplin going. Let's get people fired up about it and get the community, get everybody in it. Our student body, man, all this stuff they're doing, that's all their initiative. All the marching they're doing and the powder and the drone. And right now they're in a contest, and I love it. I want the kids involved. I want the community involved. And like I said, let's keep Joplin moving in the right direction.
Indeed, and you guys kind of have hire at the high school now. She works at East, and she was one of Missouri Southern's great women's track runners for cross country and track and field. And that's Dora East, and you guys hired her over at East Middle School. So she joins the family as well for the Eagles, and she's Missouri Southern alum. She's got a lot of talent there, and she's guiding our young Eagles as well.
That's right. She's a great talent, and it was a great pickup for Joplin schools and for our track program and for our distance program. And I haven't got to know Dora very well yet, but I've heard only great things, and she's going to be great for our track program and our cross country program.
Indeed. So, well, thank you for coming on up, and hope you enjoy the rest of this game as Joplin's offense is not out there, and we got defense going. So
I appreciate it, Wes. Appreciate the opportunity.
Thank you. Have a good night.
Talk to you soon.
So the pass goes over the head of number 1, and that's going to be Caleb Turner. So interesting stuff there from Mr. Williams, and Joplin's young talent definitely got a future here.
Yep, that's true. It's like all of our sports this year are doing pretty well. I'm pretty excited to see how they do.
And now you're going to be talking to his father, Mr. Jeff Williams, and you're going to be talking about our future talent as well as JYBA for the basketball side. So bet you're looking pretty forward to that one coming up too.
Yep, I sure am. Get to learn about who's going to be our future players.
Indeed. Start them young. And Joplin is going to stop them. It's going to bring up a 3rd down after a 2nd and 20. So they had a penalty there. So now that's going to bring up a 3rd and 9. Or 6. Wow.
Yep.
They gave him some good field position there. Okay, so Joplin's defense not tiring, really. I mean, 3 straight quarters without points scored upon, and I mean, they're going up a good against a good team here, and Pritchett, who runs a pretty good offense, and he gets it. So there's going to be defensive pass interference there on number 10 for the Eagles, as he was well on top of number 22 there, and that is going to be Davis Burr with the reception.
Yep, obviously didn't matter that he was interfering on that one, still making the catch, but still sad to see a penalty on that one. Would have looked for some more safe coverage there.
Indeed. So that may bring the streak to an end.
Yeah, we'll see as they get into the Eagles' red zone with some pretty effective passing so far on this drive by the Bulldogs. We'll see if the Eagles can step it up in the coverage area.
Indeed. It's 13-0. Your Eagles on top. You can catch that at the bottom of your screen here on Jet HD. I'd like to welcome you in if you're just now joining us. It's been a pretty good game, and the Bulldogs are going to score for the first time. It's number 15 comes off the field bleeding there. He probably doesn't notice yet, but we caught that on camera.
Yep. Looks like the Bulldogs scored, breaking that streak for the Eagles defense. But it's a long game. We'll see what happens.
Indeed. And they're going to go for the extra point here. No two-point conversion. And it's good.
Yep, looks like finally get to see a clean kick in this game. And them getting that extra point.
Indeed. As Joplin will be getting the ball here. 9:08 to go in the second quarter. Wes Underwood alongside
Michael Carney.
And we are glad to bring you tonight's action with your 2-1 Eagles leading at the moment.
Yep, we'll see if they're able to keep this lead. If the offense can still perform as well they have been since the start of the game, they may make this lead a little bit bigger, but we'll see if the Bulldogs are able to inch closer on that scoreboard.
Indeed, as we have Dayton Whitehead down there with the headset. We've got Coach Linden down there with his special teams unit, and they're doing pretty good. And, you know, it's pretty impressive that they do this stuff as coaches, getting these guys ready for these games and these situations. And I mean, it's got to be tough taking some of these guys that you really don't know all that well, and some of them could be walk-ons that just transfer in, and some of them could be guys you've known for years. And, well, Coach Linden and Dayton Whitehead, they go back a ways, as Dayton Whitehead used to be a standout wide receiver here for the Eagles back in the day, and Coach Linden has been here for a few years, and that's a good coaching combination when you got two guys who already know how to feed off of each other, teaching these youngsters who are, majority of them, all sophomores.
That's true.
And it's going to be great for this Joplin team in years to come. And Coach Jasper, has a great set of coaches right now.
Yep. That coaching staff is definitely very strong. Working with these underclassmen as they get to become older. But
Westmoreland.
Pretty good.
Yep. And he's shaking off tackles left and right. He's going to run into his own men here to get stopped. Zach Westmoreland getting the ball almost back to midfield.
Yep. Speaking of an underclassman there, it's a very good return, dodging many tackles along the way. Going to get the Eagles to some pretty good field position.
Indeed. And Joplin once again finding themselves just knocking on the door of Bulldog territory.
Yep. That's going to be great for the Eagles offense, getting such good field position as they try to make this lead bigger. We'll see if they can capitalize on it.
Indeed, with 8:54 to go, Joplin kind of needs to slow the tempo down a little bit. You know they've established a running game, and we know they have the deep threat.
Yep, we'll see if they chew this clock a little bit. Keep it in their hands for a while, but, yep, looks like they're just going to run it up the middle on that one, getting a couple yards there.
Joplin looking hungry for the end zone, and that's Flowers for the first time tonight running the ball. It's been Ellis all night.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Ellis and Flowers are both very capable running backs for this team. It's great that they can get some time on the sideline and rest while another good running back is in.
Indeed. And Joplin inching their way. They are wasting time off the clock, so doing exactly what's needed here.
Yep. Like it might be 3rd and 4 there. Just going to keep running the ball. Let's see if they change course here, go for a pass. Because it might be kind of a risk to run it from here.
Indeed.
Since that last one was kind of short.
Yep. May see a keeper from quarterback here, Mr. Tash. Or you might see a quick pitch off to the side to Mr. Flowers, and he'll hand it up the gut. Flowers finds some room, and he'll burst through.
Yep, he breaks free. Getting to about the Bulldogs' 35-yard line on a great run. Let's see if they keep this tempo going, keep running the ball.
And Joplin is indeed under tempo right now because they are marching down the field, wasting the clock, and as it starts back up, I really did like what Mr. Williams said there, and that Joplin's building for the future, and especially coming into COC play against Webb City, Carthage, Neosho, and Carl Junction and other schools around the area. So Joplin gets the first down there on the run. I mean, we have a lot of potential coming up, and it's good that these guys are going to have that chemistry by senior year when they're playing teams in the local areas.
Yep. Looks like we're going to have some great teams that we're going to see in the future. And right now we got a pretty great team playing as they're driving down the field.
Tash keeps it. He's going to find some room, and he'll get sacked. Looked like he was going to break away there, but the speediness of their defensive back there, number 29, and that is going to be Colton Morris, the senior. So, again, it's been all senior action for Rolla tonight.
Yep. Senior action versus sophomore action on the Eagles. But still, it's pretty impressive how the Eagles have this lead.
Yep, right now the sophomores gelling way better, and seniors look a little beat.
It's like 2 plays in a row that they get stopped. Going to be behind the 10 on this third down. Looks like a 3rd and 11 or 12 right here.
Should move to, it stays the same on the board. So Joplin wasting time. And if you're Joplin right now, got about 11 yards to go. You got to get the ball kind of up the middle there, so if you do get stopped, you can get the field goal off cleanly.
Yep, might see a pass here with 4 wide receivers on the right.
Indeed. Oh, and they hand it off to Flowers, and he'll run right into the official.
Yep.
Almost taking him down.
Yep, that would not have been good.
No, for either of them, that would have not been good.
Not have been good for anyone.
I think Joplin's going to go ahead and go for it here,
Yep.
and why not?
They sure are. Probably not confident they can make a field goal that long. So they're just going to take it from the 4th and 5 right here. Let's see if they can do it.
Indeed. Tash lines up. Flowers off to the side. Westmoreland up top. Tash rolls out. He throws the ball. And incomplete for the Eagles. So a good defensive stand by the Bulldogs. 5 minutes, 46 seconds to go here in the second quarter. Your Eagles still up 13-7. If you're just now joining us, Joplin scored quick. Rolla came back, but Joplin ended up with a defensive stand again, and Joplin came back and scored. There's been a blocked field goal in the game as well, and Joplin's defense has been good at blocking kicks lately.
Yep. We got some pretty exciting moments in this game so far with a reverse pass going way down the field in that blocked kick. Looks like the Bulldogs, though, are going to get the ball on their own 16 to start this. That last Eagles drive, a little sad to see not any points come out of it, but not totally unproductive for them as they chewed a lot of that clock with how much they ran the ball there.
Indeed. So coming out of this, what do you see the Eagles talking about down there, and what kind of plays do you think they're going to do here on the defensive side?
Well, I think they're going to try to contain the runs on this one for the Bulldogs because they've been running it very well today. And with the Bulldogs inching closer to them on the scoreboard, if they score and get an extra point, that's a Bulldogs lead. So they really need to watch the run.
Indeed, and Joplin's defense has been good tonight against the run. As you can see down there, the scoreboard difference right now is because of that Joplin defense. And Joplin has been pretty lights out, just allowing that one score, but that's due to fatigue, and every defense, when you're out there that long, is just going to end up winding down like that. I mean, when they had, I believe that drive was about 85 yards for the Eagles.
Yep. Looks like it, especially with quarterback is going to keep scrambling. These This Eagles defense really needs to contain their energy.
Indeed. And they're going to come up with a penalty there. The Eagles look to have stopped the pass, and it might be a pass interference.
Yep. Maybe. Yep, there's flag. We'll see.
Indeed, we will.
Yep, pass interference. Yeah, that's going to be a pass interference on the Eagles. Should probably make this a first down for the Bulldogs.
So with 5:42 to go, Sunderwood alongside
Michael Carney.
And we're proud to bring you tonight's game here on Jet HD. Everything under the supervision of our directors, Mr. Brad Douglas and Mr. Nathan Ward. Couldn't be done without those guys, but definitely couldn't be done without the students.
That's true. Got a lot of students on these cameras tonight. Doing a very good job today.
Indeed they are. Clock stopped. Quarterback keeper again. He leaves that ball pretty wide open. I'm surprised none of the Joplin defenders can take it out of his hand. He has pretty good ball security when it comes down to it, but when he's running, it's kind of odd.
Yep. Yeah, he definitely scrambled around everyone. Looks like the Eagles defense was arm tackling there, but we'll see a flag on the field.
Indeed, and this might be coming back. Indeed, it's a holding.
Holding, yep. Not surprised to see that after the quarterback is scrambling left and right like that. But still not a good sight for the Eagles coaching staff to see their defense performing like that. Finally took till number 21, Elijah Eminger, to get a good solid tackle on the quarterback.
Indeed. And Joplin finally getting the benefit of the flag here.
Going to push this back to about the Bulldogs' 31-yard line.
So Joplin still on top, if you can see at the bottom of your screen, 13-7.
First and 12 for the Bulldogs. Let's see if they keep this passing game up. Eagles look like they're getting a little tired out there.
Yeah, and again, that's another downfall to having a young team. They get fatigued a little bit easier, and Joplin forcing the third down here. As that ball just went straight to the ground, the receiver was about 4 yards ahead of it.
Pretty quick pass from the quarterback there, but the coverage was there, fortunately, for the Eagles.
And the Eagles looking pretty good. If they can keep this drive from extending. Joplin's defense, it's actually a 2nd and 12. The replay of the down after the holding, and that's a quarterback sack.
Nice.
Number 5 there for the Eagles.
Kelson Newton on that tackle. Great job.
Indeed
by
it
the
was.
Eagles defense to read that fake reverse there and get the quarterback.
5 minutes to go here in the first half. Your Eagles looking to hold them here. 3rd down. He's going to run. They make it. No, he evades the sack. And that looked like a pass trapped on the ground. And they're going to call it a completion.
That's a completion. It looks like something out of the NFL. That was a great scramble by the quarterback to the right side to throw it down and get the first down, especially so far from the first. And it's a pretty impressive play by the Bulldogs.
Yeah, evading the sack there, getting away from number 90 of the Eagles. And that is going to be Travis Steerwalt again. Big man to get away from, and, well, he's been doing it all year.
Yep.
Down the field he goes. And there goes the run or the pass game, and that's going to be a touchdown for the Bulldogs. So we have ourselves a tie ball game with that.
It's like a fake reverse pass. Quarterback throws it down to number 11 from the Bulldogs, Jake Grooms, the senior. He was wide open down that field, no one around him. And he just outruns the Joplin Eagles secondary for the touchdown.
He does indeed. And, well, it's 13-13 before the extra point with 4:13 to go. Joplin almost blocking that kick. And your Eagles now find themselves down 14-13. Again, with 4:13 to go.
Yep. Sad to see that mess up on the Eagles' extra point earlier might matter since they're now down to the Bulldogs. But we'll see if they're able to capitalize on this next drive that they have and get that lead back.
Indeed, and Joplin, special teams, going to need to do something here. I mean, you just saw Westmoreland run back about a 45-yard return there and almost broke away but got trapped between his own players and some. And now again, do you see Westmoreland probably not getting kicked to, or do you think they'll be brave enough to kick it to him?
I'm sure that they won't try to kick it to him on this one because he is a pretty dangerous returner. But we'll see if he ends up getting it. Hopefully he does if you're an Eagles fan, which I'm sure most of you are, but we'll see if they're able to pull through on this return.
Yes, we will. And you have Flowers and Cornett, Westmoreland, and James Moman out there. Back deep for the Eagles. Yep. Very speedy.
Yeah, very speedy.
See the kicker talking about the game plan here, and it's probably saying, let's get the ball away from number 1.
Yep. They sure are. They're going to try to contain him, too.
Indeed. And they do. They squib it. Joplin gets it. That's going to be Flowers. Excuse me, Cornett. Looks like number 11 from here. And it is. Spencer Cornett with the ball. Good return there. So Joplin will take over at about the 33-yard line.
Not bad field position for the Eagles to start their drive. They want to score before the end of the first half. But still, you could see that the Bulldogs were really trying to keep the ball away from Westmoreland.
Indeed.
That squib kick.
Yep. So you see Westmoreland leading the troops out there. He's going to go to the far side of your screen, number 1. And we're going to see if he can break free here. 67-yard touchdown pass last week to Westmoreland. And they'll hand it off to Ellis. Now remember, Joplin did kick the ball off, so they will receive second half possession as the clock continues to wind down with 3:52 to go. Wes Underwood alongside Michael Carney here at Jung Stadium at the Dewey Combs Sports Complex. He'll air it out. Westmoreland it is. Westmoreland continues to work as he's trying not to lose that football. Good protection.
Yep. Great job by Westmoreland to make it all the way to the Bulldogs 32 there. That's a great play. That's exactly what they're looking for on this drive.
And if you can hear the crowd here screaming out, Zach Westmoreland deserves it all on his own there. And now off to Ellis.
Ellis with a great run here. Keep marching down the field.
Yep, and the Joplin Eagles close to another first down. That brings up second and about 2. Well, when Joplin wants to, they can get this ball down the field. Let's see if they can capitalize and score.
Yep. Obviously, what you're looking for is to score before the end of this half and then get it back next half and score again to get rid of this 1-point deficit that they have. But there's a good pass right there.
Yep, that's right up the middle of the Westmoreland, and you can see number 11, Cornett, up at the top. He was wide open.
He sure was. Sad that the quarterback didn't see him over there, but otherwise Westmoreland got that pass. Been able to get the first down.
As Tash and Ellis line up in the backfield. Hand off to Ellis. Ellis finds some room. He'll break it up the middle and close to another first down.
Ellis doing such a great job throughout this whole game to keep pounding through the middle of the field with the runs. He's really doing a lot for the team right now.
Yes, he is. And Ellis has just been phenomenal tonight. Almost close to 100 yards.
Yep. Before the end of the first half, that's so impressive. And here he is again.
Off to the side. He'll be just short of the end zone. It will be on the half-inch mark.
Yep. Great job to avoid those tackles and just truck through them. I bet the Bulldogs coaches are getting pretty frustrated with the Bulldogs' ability to tackle him right now. No one can stop him.
No, they cannot. Let's hope that holds true here as it's 1st and goal. And does he get in? Looks good from here,
close.
from our angle. But do the refs agree? No, he's just, wow, I don't know how much closer you can get. Yeah. And look where that ball is. I mean, it's right on the line.
Might be hovering over that a little bit. Yeah, moves it back. That looks very close from up here.
Yep, Joplin's offensive line saying, we're in.
Yep. Bringing out number 18, Jacob Bartlett again. Pretty obvious what they're going to do now.
Yep, Joplin running the ball, running the time down along with running the ball. Minute 20 to go. Number 18 in again. That's 3 scores for him tonight.
Yep. It's a pretty good deal for him. Just get your offense close to that goal line and just smash in. Number 18's got to be happy right now.
Indeed, and if you're a Joplin fan, you love this game right now. Hopefully they do get that pep talk at halftime. I mean, you're about ready to be up 20-14 with a minute 17 to go here in the second quarter, and things looking good. And hopefully Dr. Moss is in a good mood being a sports lady, so she's going to come into a good atmosphere here tonight.
Yep,
Definitely
sure.
a great night.
Yep. Very happy to see the Eagles with the lead as we go into the end of the first half. It's a pretty good job by the offense to keep it.
1:17, as you can see the clock there to go here in the second quarter. 20-14, Joplin on top, and, well, how exciting.
Yeah, this is a pretty exciting game. Both offenses on both teams doing very well to score. And it's a little uncomfortable lead right now since they're just up 6. So a Bulldogs touchdown plus the extra point will make them have the lead again. But if the Eagles defense can stop them on this drive, they're going to get the ball back with the lead.
Indeed. This Joplin students section hyped up once again as they've retaken the lead here at home. If Joplin can hold this lead, they'll come out with the ball in the second half, and that would be great news for Coach Jasper.
Yep. Great news for everyone. We'll see if the Eagles kicking team can contain a return. It's pretty important right now that everyone stays 100%.
Pooch kick there for the Eagles, and he'll fumble the ball, but he'll gain it back as that's number 9 for the Bulldogs, and that is going to be Roderick Alford, the junior, muffing his own ball there, but recovers it.
Yeah, making everyone in the stadium hold their breath for a second. But looks like the Bulldogs are going to get the ball, bring it close to their 30-yard line to start this drive.
Indeed. So with a minute 12 to go here in the second quarter, Joplin, all things looking good.
Should expect some passes from the Bulldogs because they need to get the ball down the field pretty quickly here. Yep, just a single back.
And they can do it, too, with this quarterback. He'll be pushed out of bounds, stops the clock again with a minute 7. He'll be just shy of the first down by about a yard. Or, well, by about 2 yards. Okay. Joplin, 20-14, as you can see on the scoreboard. Missed extra point for the Eagles earlier, but a blocked field goal. Could be 2017, could be a field goal game as quarterback Pritchett runs it out of bounds to stop the clock again. 59 seconds to go.
Yep. Both those plays not producing too many yards for the Bulldogs, but it looked like on that last play there was some good coverage because he went through all his reads to see his wide receivers, but no one was open and was only able to get about a 2-yard run on the scramble.
Indeed. So Joplin's defense needs to hold strong here. Nice open field tackle by number 21 there, and that's going to be for the Eagles. That will be Mr. Nick Lewis junior for the Eagles.
Yep. Great tackle by Nick Lewis there. Didn't get out of bounds. Wrapped him up very quickly after that catch.
And now Joplin getting a well-deserved rest, and it's going to be a timeout for Rolla. So with 52 seconds to go, Coach Linden looks more tired than his players down there.
That's true. These defensive play calls have to be perfect right now. They don't want any plays to go down the field.
No, you do not. And with 52 seconds, a quarterback that can run the ball efficiently as well as pass it fluidly. I mean, he just earlier had, a 25-yard reception, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
And unbelievable.
Yep. This Bulldogs quarterback definitely has a great arm. He can really pass it if he needs to. He's a big threat against the Eagles.
Indeed. And Joplin knew that coming into the game tonight. As Pritchett gets the ball, he's going to go deep into the hands of the Eagles there. None of his receivers were even there.
Nope, that was overthrown by a lot, actually. Looked like
number 16.
11, or number 16 there. Aiden Thompson almost got that interception, but even threw over him.
He did. Got his fingertips on it, so fingertipper there.
Yep. Pretty good result for the Eagles. That ball going nowhere. We'll see what they do now.
And another timeout for the Bulldogs here. 20-14. Joplin on top. As you can see on the bottom of your screen, thank you for tuning in once again to Jet HD. We're about ready to kick off halftime, and we're going to be bringing in Joplin's new superintendent, Dr. Melinda Moss, as she awaits her time to come on the television.
Yep. Pretty excited to hear from her, what she has to say about this Joplin school system and our sports programs. Should be pretty interesting.
Indeed. And did you know that she also attended the University of Arkansas and was a Missouri State Bear? So we'll have to ask some questions there, whether she's Woo Pig or if she is BEARS Bears.
Yeah, we'll see. There's probably a lot of Missouri State alumni and Arkansas alumni who are going to see this. They'd be pretty interested to know who our superintendent supports. So,
especially in this area. I mean, you got a lot of Joplin teachers that went to Mo State, and then you have a lot of Joplin teachers who went to Arkansas.
Yeah, that's true. I have some strong feelings.
Yep, toss up there. Pritchett gets the ball. He'll throw it out to the corner there. He'll hit a slant. And that will be number 87 with the reception there. And there's no Ailey there. O'Neal.
Bulldogs not doing exactly what they need to do to get some points on the board before the end of the half.
Yep.
Inching closer to the Eagles' end zone very slowly.
Indeed they are. Clear it out again. That's number 87, finding his big man.
Yeah, that's complete. On the sideline, stops the clock once again.
Joplin's defense chant being started by the students. They're pretty much going to have to get it into the end zone here to get any difference, because I don't think they want to attempt a field goal.
No, no way. Looks like he's going to air it out.
Indeed he is. Over the head of number 87, way out of his reach.
Yeah, way overthrown once again. Bulldogs are going to end up with an incompletion there. Pretty good for the Eagles.
Brings up 3rd and 2. Can Joplin's defense stop him here?
Let's hope so. Looks like the coverage has been pretty effective on this drive for the Eagles.
As Pritchett signaling to his bench there. Trying to get something going with his receivers. Pritchett back in the pocket. He'll throw it over the head of his own receiver again. So that's number 22, not being able to reel in the pass. And that is going to be Davis Burr. So it's been a while since we've heard from Burr.
Yeah, that's true. Burr was very open on that pass. It was just overthrown. If it had been a perfect pass there, that would have been a Bulldogs touchdown, no doubt.
Yep. So, I mean, only thing you can do here is go for it if you're the Bulldogs, and they are, as Pritchett lines up as the lone person in the backfield.
Yep.
Almost taken away there by number 2 for the Eagles, and that is going to be Terry Shue.
Some pretty good coverage on that one, even though he got it. He was really trying to get the ball there.
Yeah.
But this is going to be a Bulldogs first down.
Over the top again, and it's going to be picked off by Jake Flowers. Flowers is going to get the interception for the Eagles.
Yep. Threw that pass pretty high, but looks like Flowers is able to capitalize and get the interception.
Yep, indeed. And, well, Joplin with their one interception early here, and you know what? That's been the average for the defense this year, so maybe they can continue this game.
Yep, that's great. Already 2 turnovers for the Eagles. That's very effective if you're trying to keep a lead.
Can a new scoreless streak start here as the Bulldogs start off the third quarter after this intermission without the ball, and Joplin is going to start with the ball. So 20-14, Eagles on top with 10 seconds. Jake Flowers with the interception, and I believe the Eagles are going to kneel it here and go for victory formation to go into the half.
Yep, definitely. Eagles definitely came out with the W on this first half. Doing very well on that last drive.
Oh, no, they hand it off to Westmoreland, who runs it. A little difference there, and Westmoreland not too pleased.
No, just going to let this clock run out as the Eagles go into their locker rooms with the lead.
So your Eagles are going to go into the locker room with the lead. It is 20-14. Wes Underwood and Michael Carney going to take it out here for just a minute. We'll be right back with Joplin School Superintendent Dr. Moss. Thank you for tuning in here to Jet HD, and we'll see you in just a second.
Thanks for watching.
And I'm here now at halftime with Joplin's new superintendent, Dr. Moss, and we'd like to welcome you into the district by putting you on TV again.
Well, thank you. It's a good night.
It is, and your Eagles on top 20-14. They're
right.
winning for you.
That's a great way to enter the half.
So we'd like to welcome you into the booth and into our district, and we know that you have attended the University of Arkansas and Missouri State. So who is it, BEARS or Woo Pig?
Tonight it's Eagles.
Eagles? Okay. Do you not going to go into it?
Nope, it's
Okay.
Eagles.
All right. Eagles it is. You hear that? Doesn't want to start any confrontation there. But so coming from Harrison, Arkansas, brings you to the Joplin district.
Opportunity. It was very attractive district to me because I really feel that Joplin is just ready to take off, and I want to be a part of that.
Okay. It sounds like a good thing, and being a teacher in the district helping out with SPED students, we see that you have a little background in SPED special education there. And
I do.
So what kind of changed your career path there?
Well, I started out with a degree in finance and banking, and I had worked in that for a while, but in the back of my mind, I always wanted to be a teacher. And my father had been somewhat of a businessman and had said, now, you know, those kids are unruly and teachers don't get paid that much. Are you sure you want to go that route? So when I did get an opportunity to go back and get my teaching certificate, I did that, and I've never looked back. It was a great decision.
Awesome. And then you go from teaching into being a superintendent. Do you get to see yourself more with the students now, or do you see yourself more in meetings or?
Well, I try to get out to the buildings and be with the students because that's really why we exist, is for the kids. So I think it's very important to be out and about and reminded of what's going on in the district. But if you don't schedule it and you don't make it a purposeful part of your day, you can get eaten alive with meetings. So I'm trying to find that balance. And some days I do better than others, but so far I've been able to get out and about some.
And we go here to Joplin now that we're into a month into school. Have things settled down for you, or have they just gotten a lot more and you're getting ready to go along for the ride?
Well, it's a little both. There are things that now that we're past Labor Day, we're starting to get into more of a routine, and that's always great. But with that comes other opportunities and more things going on, like winning ball games tonight.
Indeed.
And so it's a nice balance.
Indeed it is. And speaking of ball games and Joplin Eagles, they're getting ready to switch conferences and going into the COC next year. They're going to be playing a lot more locally.
Yes.
Are you ready for that rivalry?
I'm thrilled about that because whenever you have schools in closer proximity, then you can get that good rivalry going. And I'm expecting that the visitor side of the stands will be more full
Yes.
when that happens, and it'll add a lot of school spirit. I think it's going to be great for Joplin.
Indeed, and I couldn't agree with you more. I mean, athletic director Mr. Hyatt, he said it very well as the kids, they get to stay more academically in town. They don't have to travel as much, and they don't have to leave school either.
Right. It's not going to be as late at night for them.
Yep. And those bus drivers that towed them everywhere, they're probably going to be a little relieved too.
I would think so. It'll be safer for our kids too.
Indeed. So we'd like to welcome you again into the district, onto the Jet HD. We'd like to see you more here, and we hope you enjoy your time here in Joplin, and we're excited to have you along.
Thank you.
And you guys have a great halftime. We'll be back for the second half. Joplin up 20-13. We'll see you here. Thank you.
Thank you.
How's that for doing an interview in a closet?
district students for their accomplishment in and out of the classroom. Bob and Annette Goodall with the Joplin branch of Bank of Little Rock Mortgage will present our recognized students with a plaque, a Sonic gift card, and a donation to Joplin High School that will be made in the names of these students. Tonight we honor Lauren Fogarty, Michael Rivera, and Jacob Yarnold. First up was Lauren Fogarty, a Joplin High School senior. She's a member of the Joplin High School Orchestra, dance team, president of FPLA, president of NEHS, vice president of NHS, and a member of Peer Buddies. She received first place in business communications at FPLA, state competition, and a scholarship from Freeman for her volunteer work. She plans to attend either the University of Missouri, St. Louis University, or Loyola in Chicago. Lauren plans to major in psychology and pursue her doctorate in medicine. Her proud parents are Rob and Cheryl Fogarty. Next is Michael Rivera, Joplin High School senior. He is a member of ITS, Joplin High School Orchestra, Jet HD, and the Innovation Campus program. He recently received his basic IT certification. Michael also acted in the JHS presentation of A Diary of Anne Frank and Charlotte's Web with the Stained Glass Theater. Michael plans to attend Missouri Southern State University and major in theater and mass communication. Michael is the son of proud parents Jose and Esperanza Rivera. Next we have Jacob Yarnold. Jacob is a Joplin High School senior, member of the FFA and the Joplin High School baseball team. He's a 3-year baseball letterman, 2-year starter, and 2-year football letterman. He has also been a 3-time academic all-conference and all-conference honoree in baseball. Jacob is on track to graduate with his associate degree from Crowder College. His future college choice is undecided at this time, but he does plan on majoring in biology and psychology. His long-term goal is to become a medical doctor. Jacob is the son of proud parents Jeff and Michelle Yarnold. Bob and Annette Goodall with the Joplin branch of the Bank of Little Rock Mortgage will present the $300 contribution in the names of these students. Let's give them all a big hand. Once again, don't forget to purchase your 50/50 tickets. Project graduation parents are traveling throughout the stands in a bright orange shirt. Make sure you get them before the end of the third quarter. We'd like to thank all of our sign sponsors, Abbey Title, Academy Sports and Outdoors, Bill Williams, Shelter Insurance, IMAR Express, Fletcher Nissan, Franklin Technology Center, Freeman Health System, Freeman Liquidators, Joplin Area Habitat for Humanity, Import Warehouse, Jordan Disposal, Kyle Hickens, State Farm Insurance, Joplin, Missouri Southern State University, Ozark Athletic Supply, Pediatric Associates of Southwest Missouri, Pittsburgh State University, the Rolla Deshaun Ellis with 85 yards. Number 18, Jacob Bartlett, 3 yards. Passing, Blake Cash, 6 of 7, 74 yards. And number 17, Jake Flowers with 30 yards.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Jet HD Joplin Eagles football here tonight at the Dewey Combs Sports Complex. And a little bit under a minute left here for halftime, and the Eagles getting ready to come back out on the field, and they are doing fantastic, aren't they?
Yep, they sure are. Offense is being really strong so far with already 20 points on the board. And the defense has had a couple turnovers, so the Eagles' fortune is pretty good today.
As time's winding down and the fans are anticipating the second half here, none of the fans have left the stadium, and that's a difference here in the past few years that I've seen coming back from back when I was in school when we didn't have a tailgate party, and you guys are kind of lucky here.
Yeah, we've had a tailgate party since I was a freshman, I think. But, yep, the student section down there hasn't lost one person, and it's great to see that everyone is excited or even more excited about this game since the start because the Eagles are doing so well.
Joplin on offense has been pretty much almost lights out, a couple of hiccups here and there, and the defense has been pretty good as well, and not even to mention the special teams, who has one blocked kick already, and then almost a block kick there towards the end of the half, but they did force the turnover, and Joplin ended up getting it, so...
That's true, yeah. Even with Bulldogs scoring 14 points, they've done a great job so far to stop such a threatening offense on the Bulldogs side with their quarterback being so versatile.
No doubt. And Joplin is getting ready, anticipating to receive the second half kickoff here. What you want to see out of Joplin is continue to play the way you're playing and, well, end up with more points, because that's where they are right now. They have 20 and the Bulldogs have 14, and as Dr. Moss said just at halftime, go Eagles.
Go Eagles, yep. Great job for the Eagles right now. A great advantage to get the ball back after gaining the lead in their last drive and stopping the Bulldogs.
Westmoreland gets the ball, and he'll fly forward, make something out of nothing as he gets the ball to the 21-yard line.
Yep, there's our best returner right there, Westmoreland, making a good return and getting to the 25. Gonna start pretty solid field position for the Eagles.
Yeah, Blake Tash with a little bit over 150 yards there, and Ellis just peaked over the 100-yard mark with 115 yards at halftime. And then you got Westmoreland, who had, I believe, over 60 yards of receiving. No touchdowns yet, but that could change.
That can change. They have one holding all the touchdowns is our number 18 right now, Jacob Bartlett, but you're probably going to see a lot more running from Ellis in this half.
Indeed, as he starts it off there. He'll be shy of the first down, or not the first down marker, the line of scrimmage marker.
Yep.
Just by about a yard, so he'll lose a yard there.
It's like the Eagles are probably going to do more of what's working for them because Ellis did so much in this last half, getting over 100 yards. That's what most running backs get in a whole game.
Indeed. Good run there by Ellis again, and be about 6 yards shy of the first down marker, so that brings up 3rd and 5, so they're going to give him 5 yards short.
Yep. Not bad. Start this first possession. Halfway there on 3rd down. We'll see what they do.
No doubt there. 11 minutes to go. And we have a flag, I believe, or a timeout.
No, it looks like it's a flag at the
Okay.
30-yard line. Might be a false start on someone.
10:58 to go as the clock stops. It's a false start on Joplin.
Yep. There's a penalty. Haven't seen much of that today, though, on the side of the Eagles.
Yep, that was going to be on Westmoreland there, if you could read the lips of the umpire there.
Pretty good eye.
Yep.
It's going to make this 3rd down a little bit harder for them. It's going to be 3rd and 10. You'll probably see them air it out here. Try to connect with Westmoreland.
Indeed. Tash back. He'll dip it out to Ellis and nowhere to go.
Yep, a little bit underthrown on that running back screen there. Looks like the Eagles are going to have to punt it off their first drive at the start of the second half.
Not a good start for the Eagles right now. Just a little bit of miscues, but they'll warm up.
Yep, it's part of the game. Get tired as you go along, but hopefully they get it going again in the second half.
Indeed.
Keep these points rolling.
And you hope for no block punt here. So he gets it off.
Good punt.
Yep. It will roll inside the 40. Into the, wow, almost down to the 30. And it will get to the 30. Nice little roll there. Friendly roll, that is.
Yep. That's a great bounce for the Eagles, getting it to the Bulldogs' 30-yard line. About around where the Eagles started their own drive to start this half. So that's good for the Eagles.
And we'd like to welcome you all to Jet HD, Joplin Eagles football here tonight on this beautiful, beautiful Friday evening. And your Joplin Eagles are up 20-14 right now.
Yep.
Just that missed kick is the miscue of the game. And Joplin, well, they're only up by 6 instead of 7. So,
yeah, that's going to make it dangerous whenever the Bulldogs have the ball when they're just down 6. Just one extra point, and they got the lead once again, like we saw earlier.
And as we saw at the end of the half, Mr. Pritchett for the Bulldogs just making his way.
Yep. Yeah, he's definitely making it look easy right now. Just scrambling around the side. That much look of effort, though, so you got to contain him there.
Indeed.
It's probably something they definitely talked about in the locker room during this half.
No doubt there. You know Coach Jasper. And there's the double reverse. Pass up the middle. Joplin's got 2 defenders on 1. Almost picked off. Wow.
Almost picked off and almost caught.
Indeed.
By the Bulldogs. That was a crazy throw there on the double reverse pass.
Yep. Going back to the tight end there, number 87. And that is going to be O'Neal. I mean, O'Neal was... That was a good matchup for the Bulldogs, but unfortunately for the Bulldogs, we were there to stop him, and the Eagles just swatted it right out of his hands. He did, as you said, have the chance to catch it again as it bobbled a little bit, but didn't get it. And that brings up 3rd down after that stop, and they go back to the tight end. So quarterback to tight end, that's going to be the story right now.
Yep. Throwing a lot to 87 right now. That was nearly very great for the Eagles and very dangerous for the Eagles again on that last play with the triple reverse. Looked like trick play, but now it's just going to be 3rd down 4.
3rd and 3 indeed. And quarterback keeper. And, well, Pritchett looks as he's going to get away. He'll sneak into Eagle territory.
Yep. Found a hole and just smashed through it. There was no one there for a while, and it looks like he's going to make it to the Eagles 26 now. That's something that you don't want to see if you're on the Eagles coaching staff. That's the most dangerous thing right now is that quarterback on the run.
Yep, no doubt about that. Just under 10 minutes now here in the second half. 3rd quarter, your Joplin Eagles up 20-14. And the Bulldogs knocking on the door as Pritchett continues to just handle his way. He can't go down. He kind of put himself backwards there as he had the first down, but Joplin takes him down behind the line or behind the first down marker. Are they going to give him the forward progress?
Looks like he stopped his forward progression around the 19-yard line. But, yeah, that was pretty bad for the Eagles. Not bringing him down, not wrapping up and tackling him. He's just scrambling around the Eagles right now.
Yep, and the Eagles cannot get any pressure on this young quarterback. Fumble, there's the pressure, okay.
Oh.
And Joplin's going to get the fumble recovery. As Pritchett could not handle himself. We just talked about being under pressure, and there we go.
Yep. Pretty excited Eagle right there. Number 43, James Boyd, comes with the fumble. That's great for the Eagles. A pretty bad slip-up by Pritchett right now on the side of the Bulldogs. This is going to be great for the Eagles to start their second drive.
Yep, and it's those forced turnovers that we were talking about early in the game, and you got to make the plays, and the defense, again, comes up strong.
Mm-hmm. The Eagles definitely doing better than the Bulldogs today, avoiding mistakes. Looks like it's going to be the third turnover for the Bulldogs, so the Eagles are definitely doing a lot better in that field.
Yep, Blake Tash gets a chance to redeem himself here. He'll keep the ball, and he's going to get hammered by a pound of Bulldogs.
Yep, obviously nowhere to go. They were looking for the option to the right side, but there was no opening there. Guess just a pretty good job by the Bulldogs to read that.
Surprised he even got 3 yards out of that. So 2nd and 7 here. Time winding down. 8:36 to go on the clock. Tash hands it off to Ellis, and Ellis is going to get eaten up.
Looks like this running game on the side of the Eagles is not working very well in this second half. Bulldogs coaches must have talked to them in the locker room.
Yeah, and coach said, go eat you some Eagles for dinner.
Yep. These runs are going nowhere. They might want to switch their game plan and go for some more passes because they're not getting any holes right now.
Indeed. It's the crowd trying to cheer on their quarterback in Tash. Quarterback for years to come, as he's got 2 more years to go and this season. Number 4 for the Eagles gets the ball. He'll break down, but push himself back up, and that's going to be number 4 for the Eagles, James Moman.
That was a great job by James Moman to run the ball up the middle. Like he was about maybe 6 yards away from the first down when he caught that, but he ran it all the way for the first down. That was some great hustle by him.
Yep, indeed, and Moman there just looked like a pro, kind of, just shaking it off by pushing himself off the ground instead of going straight down.
Yep, shows some great speed there. Looked like a very fast wide receiver when he caught that. The Eagles might want to keep up the passing since it just worked for them, and then they had another just 1 yard gain on this run.
Indeed. 7:21 left to go here in the third quarter. Joplin marching down after a turnover. They forced a fumble from the quarterback. That's the miscue they needed after having a shortened drive. That's going to be Ellis driving it in and brings up a 3rd down and about 2.
Yep, looks like they decided to remedy the difficulties they've been having with the running game by throwing 7 linemen down there and letting Ellis run up the middle. Let's see if they can get the first down now.
Indeed, 3rd and 3 for the Eagles. Tash and Ellis in the backfield. Defensive line shifting for the Bulldogs. Big gap up the middle there. Ellis is going to run into his own guys. He's going to be just shy as he goes down to the ground.
Yep.
So do the Eagles go for it here?
I would if I was on the Eagles coaching staff. If you're in their territory, that punt might go into their end zone and just bring them to the 20. So I would just go for the 4th down.
Yep, and I would too. I mean, you got inches to go down there, and Joplin has been pretty good with this situation so far tonight. And Moman just getting it moments ago, and well, here we go, the jumbo package.
Let's see if Jacob Bartlett can do it. He's been pretty successful with this formation so far.
And he just kind of falls into it. He'll get the first down.
He might.
We'll see.
He might want to bring out the chains for this one.
As the Bulldogs defense comes off the field thinking they forced a turnover.
Yep.
And the referees just moved the ball again. We'll see where this goes.
The Bulldogs probably a little biased out there right now, but we're just going to have to rely on the refs to see what this is.
They're going to have a measurement, and it looks like it's going to be the nose of the football to make a difference here.
Yep, sure is.
Will it go in favor of the Eagles, or will the Bulldogs have the momentum again?
They're bringing out the chains right now. We'll see. This is pretty big for the Eagles, so they want to make this lead even bigger.
It's going to end up being by that nose. I mean, they're going to be shy by just a hair, or looks like a first down. Eagles by the nose of the ball.
Yep, first down. Great job by Bartlett. Successful once again. Provides for his team. Gets the first down.
Actually, by that measurement there, it looked like a half a ball.
Yeah, it did. That was incredibly close.
Joplin's offensive line working their way towards a day at Buffalo Wild Wings tomorrow. That's where I caught them last week after the victory up at Kickapoo, so they deserve it.
Yeah, they sure do. I love Buffalo Wild Wings.
20-14. Tash back to pass.
Oh,
Evades the sack. He gets the ball away just in time as Flowers was right there, and way to avoid the sack.
yeah, that was a great job by him. That would have been a pretty devastating sack against the Eagles, but he did a great job scrambling out and throwing the ball to a receiver. That was a pretty impressive performance by the quarterback.
Yep, with 5:40 to go here in the third quarter. Joplin on top, 20-14. Rolla Bulldogs turned it over early here in the second half, as Joplin had a drive that went nowhere. And the Bulldogs were just marching down the field like they do, and then all of a sudden a miscue happened. The ball was snapped wrong, and, well, now you see that the Eagles, they got something going.
Yeah, they're doing what they need to after a turnover to try to capitalize on it. So we'll see if they can drive down the field a little bit more.
No doubt about that, and Joplin Eagles fans couldn't be more happy right now, as all the student sections on their feet, and then you got all the Joplin middle schools out here tonight up in the wings of the stadium, and Tash rolls it out. Tash is going to evade. Oh, man. That ball's fumbled, but that looked like a very dirty hit, and Tash is...
He's hurt.
There's the flag.
Yep. Definitely a dirty tackle there. Flag goes out immediately.
Exactly. You never tackle by the shoulders.
Nope.
Especially when he gets the hand right on the neck there. Oh, intentional grounding on the Eagles. Wow.
Grounding.
So no roughing the passer there.
Not going to be a popular call on this.
No, and Joplin's
sideline.
Yep, Joplin's fans are at a loss for words right now.
Interesting. I would have thought that would be a fumble that went out of bounds instead of him trying to throw the ball away. I don't really agree with that intentional grounding call.
Indeed. I don't know what he's thinking there. Looks like he's doing the Macarena a little bit. I don't know. That's questionable.
That is questionable, but looks like the Eagles are bringing out their punting team now. This 4th and 15 that they would have to try to go for on the 50 is just too much for them. They're just going to punt it away.
I mean, I know that you're not allowed to tackle by pulling on the neck area of the shoulder pads.
Yep.
And that's a horse collar.
That is a horse collar, but obviously the referees thought different.
Snap clean, punt clean. Joplin's going to get the roll, and it'll be inside the 20. At about the 15 is where the ball goes out. So Joplin pushes the Bulldogs further, and they'll give them a little bit more at the 16. So Joplin here, things not going your way right now. Couple of unfavored calls there, and a surprising intentional grounding.
Yep.
How do you rebound from that?
I don't know. I guess the defense just has to step up and make another stop. They're pretty lucky on that last drive to get the Bulldogs to turn over on that slip-up by the quarterback, so let's see if they can stop him again.
Indeed, and the fans, I mean, they're just down there like, what is going on? And we're a little curious up here as to what's going on, and there's no doubt about that being a bad call.
Yeah, that definitely was a bad call. Pretty unlucky for the Eagles to get something like that. That was a pretty obvious horse collar, if you ask me.
It really was, and we're not even being biased here. I mean, anybody probably would have called that a horse collar, and I mean, almost, I bet if his parents are watching here tonight or if they're watching on Jet HD at home, they're probably a little upset with that call too.
Yep. If I was in those shoes, my dad would definitely be upset about that call, as would anyone's.
Yep.
So
I don't know if you guys are listening on Jet HD. I mean, we'd like to hear your feedback there. What do you guys think? Get some fan activity going. Sorry, but I don't know. I would say that everybody would agree with us, even if they're watching from a different vantage point and not just Joplin Eagles fans.
Yep.
If they get to rewind the clock there later on Jet HD and watch it backwards, I mean, wow.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see how important that penalty call was to see if the Bulldogs can drive down the field. If they score, then that means that missed personal foul would definitely mean a lot against the Eagles.
Yeah, and the Eagles, I mean, fortunately have a whole nother quarter here to play if they go down quick, but they got to wrap up tackles too, and I mean, with 4:38 left to go here in the third quarter, Joplin fortunately is on top. Fortunately got the ball to start. Good thing that they did, because 2 miscued plays and an intentional grounding. I mean, there was also a receiver in the area.
Yeah,
So
that's true.
maybe I don't even think he threw that, because that was a fumble.
Yeah, I could have sworn that was a fumble that just went out of bounds. And it seemed that the Bulldogs agreed on that one too, because they got pretty excited about the fumble, but they called it a pass, and they ended up calling the intentional grounding.
Yep, and there's the man right there in the middle of your screen underneath the 20 in the Eagles. That's Coach Jasper, and I bet he's just baffled by that as we are. And
Yep.
But as a good coach does, you just move on from it and keep playing and try to win this game.
Mm-hmm. Definitely for some underclassmen that we have on the team, Coach needs to step up and say, you know what, let's just move on and keep looking forward.
Yep, and you can see him still jabbering in the ear of the official down there, and I mean,
Yeah.
I would be too.
Yep, so would I. I don't blame him, definitely.
Pritchett gets the ball out to the side there. He'll find his receiver again, number 15, and he's gone from 87 to 15, and that is going to be Blaze Klausner.
Looks like it's going to be about 2nd and 8 now on this possession for the Bulldogs. This is a pretty important drive for the Eagles right now.
Indeed it is, and Joplin, I mean, you find again, you're up 20-14. You're probably sitting at home like, okay, it's not that big of a deal if they score. They got a whole 12-minute quarter to go, but if you're the Eagles coaches, it's do not let them score.
Yep.
And there they go. Evading the sack again is Pritchett, and Pritchett's going to find some room, and there will be a penalty in the backfield. Hopefully this time it is on the Bulldogs.
Yep.
Because I believe that was a block in the back.
May have been.
Yep, indeed it was. They'll call it a holding, but he pushed him down from the backside.
Yep, looks like that's going back. Even so, a pretty dangerous scramble from the Bulldogs quarterback. I saw some hesitation by the Eagles defense there trying to get the tackle. They stopped with him when he was trying to do a juke. That is definitely something that you don't want to do when you're trying to get the tackle.
And if you can hear the student section down there chanting, you can't do that. And he says illegal block in the back, so
There
it
you go.
was. Yep.
Hopefully this penalty will end up making up for that intentional grounding penalty on the last drive. It's going to make it 2nd and 10 for the Bulldogs.
Indeed. That's a costly penalty for your offense after they get that first down, and they're going to get the sack. Yep, they do.
Great sack right there. That's going to be
95.
Number 95, Cody Hidalgo. That's a great sack. That's definitely what you want to look for. Going to make this 3rd down a lot harder for the Bulldogs.
Yep, that's that clutch shot that you're looking for. And
Yep.
It looked like he went in unblocked.
It did. That's definitely satisfying when you stop a quarterback like that who can get on the run.
No doubt about that. I mean, if you're the Joplin's defensive coordinator right now, woohoo is what you're saying on
Woohoo,
the sideline. A little bit more enthusiastic than that, but
I'm sure.
Pritchett gonna get taken down. He'll gain some of that back and a little bit more, and they are in punting position now.
Great job by the Eagles defense there. Definitely making up for the subpar tackling they've had this whole game. Getting the wrap-ups, getting a sack. That's going to make a punt.
Yep, no doubt about that. Welcome into Jet HD. If you've been with us, if you've struggled with some connection on your internet or anything else, that happens in the digital world. I guess at halftime we lost some audio there too, so thank you for standing with us during our technical difficulties. We apologize for that and hope that we don't lose your visitation online. And Joplin's going to get the ball here. At least you're seeing a good game. And
Yep.
20-14 as the score still remains.
Mm-hmm.
And, well, pretty soon you've got yourself a little interview coming up here. And
Yep, that's true. I'm going to be interviewing Jeff Williams, who's going to be the girls basketball coach for Joplin High School. So I'm going to get to learn a little bit more about that, and I'm pretty excited.
and some Joplin area youth stuff as well.
Yep. You're going to get to learn a lot more about JYBA coming up this year. He's going to be pretty excited to tell you all about it.
Oh, yeah, no doubt about that. I mean, I talked to him a couple weeks ago, and he was fired up to talk about it. Unfortunately, wasn't able to make it up here either. Had some stuff happen down on the field that he had to attend to.
Yep.
And so we'll be excited to have him join up here in a little bit.
Yep, we are definitely very excited. But in the meantime, we got a pretty great game to watch right now as the Eagles are starting another drive in the second half.
Indeed, with a minute 29, almost an offsides there. As Ellis gets the ball, brings up a 3rd and probably 2.
Eagles relying a lot on the running game this half, inching closer to the first down, not being as effective as it was last half, just getting maybe 3 to 4 yards at a time right now.
Indeed. Clock winding down, a minute to go here in the 3rd quarter. Joplin on top, 20-14. 3rd and 2. Joplin probably going to go for it on 4th down if it gets that way. And maybe not.
Ooh. Yeah.
As Ellis just gets eaten up in the backfield.
Yeah, they took him down pretty quickly in the backfield. That's going to make it about 4th and 6 now. You should expect an Eagles punt right now. Sad to see him go 3 and out after such a good defensive performance in the last one. But we'll see if they can do it again.
Yep, and Rolla looking to get the ball here again, and this will be their 3rd possession of this second half. And with 22 seconds to go, Joplin looking to take some time off as they have 13 on the play clock. So they'll get some time off here with the punt. They'll snap it with 7 seconds left on the play clock, 9 to go on the game clock.
Oh.
Yep, Joplin's not going to get that one either. Is number 9 once again muffs his own catch, and that's going to be Roderick Alford, the junior.
Yep.
If he's having that tough of a year this year, he's no telling what senior year is going to entail for him.
That's definitely true. And we saw in that last play, it was almost a fumble by the returner on that one. That could have been very good for the Eagles, but unfortunately he did get the ball back.
Indeed, and Joplin right now just playing lights out on defense. I mean, every possession that the Bulldogs have had, something's happened positively for the Eagles.
Yep.
I mean, you have a penalty, you have, oh man, what was it? Stop on downs, I believe.
Yep.
And they're going to run it here as the clock winds out and the 4th quarter begins.
That was a great job
Yep.
by the defensive player, number 20, Isaiah Davis, to read where the runner was going and stop him before he even hit the line of scrimmage.
Yep, number 1 there for the Bulldogs getting the carry, and that's going to be Caleb Turner, the senior. So now we're going to switch sides of the field here, and a couple more minutes, you're going to get to talk to kind of a Joplin legend in this town who revitalized the boys' basketball program. He was head coach for the boys back when I was a senior in high school, and they went all the way to state almost, losing in sectionals. If you've heard of a guy in the NFL named Dorial Green Beckham, played for a couple of teams now and in the free agent market as we speak, trying to rehab from multiple knee injuries, not really an ACL, not really an MCL, but going up against Doyle Green Beckham, I had some friends on the team that year, and they were not excited to play him. I mean, he was a physical wide receiver for the state of Missouri, and he ended up going to play for the University of Missouri and then went down to OU in his eligibility year for senior, and that way he could get drafted. And he ended up getting drafted. He got taken probably about the 3rd round, I believe, and his dad's still coaching up there in Hillcrest.
Yeah. I remember when Hillcrest came down to Joplin to play that game. That was very big. It was like a superstar that we got to see play.
And the Joplins played lights out that night as well. It was actually a back-and-forth game.
It was.
They ended up beating us in the 4th quarter by a mistake by quarterback Devin St. Clair, who fumbled the ball.
Yep.
And Joplin ended up losing that game. And it was a dramatic ending because you have the number 1 receiver in the state and a running back in Trey Starks. And both of them were also, again, on the football team as well as the basketball team. So,
Yep. Still a good job by the Eagles, though, to keep up with such a good team with a superstar like him.
Pritchett's going to get the first down, but he'll get stopped. Joplin still looking for that big defensive play.
Yep, they sure are. It's a first down for the Bulldogs. Not looking good as they drive down the field, but still, there's a lot of field to go.
Yep.
As they only get to their own 45.
A lot of miscues for the Bulldogs tonight. I mean, obviously with that fumble here a few minutes ago, and
Yep.
now it's a new quarter and it's new life for the Bulldogs as they're about ready to hit inside Eagles territory for about the 4th time tonight.
Yeah, we're seeing a pretty defensive game in this second half. No one's scoring yet.
This is very true.
Interesting play there as he held out the ball pretty long on the reverse. Ended up not going for much. Yep, just got stopped at their own line of scrimmage, so that didn't really go anywhere.
And Joplin right now, 11 minutes to go here in the 4th quarter. And I believe you got a guest coming on in.
Yep, I sure do. Right now, I'd like to welcome to the booth Jeff Williams, my old PE coach when I was a freshman. But we're going to talk to him a little bit about basketball this year. But right now, I heard that we had your son up in the booth a little while ago, and we heard that you're going to be a grandfather for the 3rd time over now. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
I tell you what, that's the greatest life ever, is being a grandfather.
Yep.
I've had my 6th grandchild, and they're all close in age, and I'm very lucky to have them all here in Joplin.
Yep, that's great. All right, so now we heard that you're involved with JYBA, Joplin Youth Basketball. So can you tell us a little bit more about how they're going to do this year and a little bit more about the program as a whole?
Very good. We're trying to pick our numbers up a little bit.
Uh-huh.
We actually have our first registration October 1st. It's at Academy.
Yep.
We follow it with an October 4th, October 8th, October 15th. If they'll get on JoplinYouthBasketball.org, they can find all the information they need. But we're always excited about trying to develop our younger kids under the middle school age. And we think it's going to tie in really well with what we're trying to do in the middle school and, create a good atmosphere for basketball and keep things rolling in a positive direction.
Yeah, that's true. You definitely want to start them young to develop some good teams in the future. Speaking of some teams that are now in their longer years now in high school, can you tell us a little bit about girls basketball for Joplin High School?
Well, I'll tell you what, when I inherited this program 3 years ago, we were in pretty tough shape, and we still are. We're still trying to work on this girls program because I really felt like when I left the boys program, it was on the uphill climb well, and you can see it in the amount of kids that want to play. Now, our girls program, I'm really working hard to get our younger girls at least started. That's very important, but our high school team, I was real proud of them last year. We won 5 ball games, but we were in about another 4 or 5 that could have and should have won, but We'll be younger again this year, but like I said, I'm interested in the overall program, and so one of these days when I decide to retire, I want to leave it so some coach really wants to come to Joplin and coach, and so we're working hard at that, and I hope we're going to have a great year also.
What's your confidence looking like going into this next year?
I'll tell you what, it's different with our girls. We've got a few that are really confident,
Yeah.
but I found out when we work with girls, sometimes that's the biggest thing they do need is their confidence.
Yeah.
And so it's been a little bit of a learning curve for this old coach, too, because I coached boys for, back since the earth was cooling is when I started. But I'm having a good time with them. They do like to listen. And like I said, we just want to get this program on an uphill and get it to where we're going downhill at some point. So that's our goal this year. Keep improving our program.
That's great. Well, Coach Williams, we'd like to thank you for your contributions to the high school, and I hope you have a great night.
Thank you very much, and what a great football game we're watching here. Hope the Eagles are going to hold on here because I think it's going to go down to the wire, and I'm real proud of our football team and our coaches. They're doing great.
Yep. Yeah, I think so too. It's pretty close. I'll let you get back to it and watch how the Eagles are going to do.
Thank you very much.
Yep.
And stop there for the Eagles.
There we go.
And there's a name we haven't heard for a while. Mr. Ethan Vang Pritchett is looking for favor of the referee there. And, well, you know what? They already had a little favor of the referee, so now it's Joplin ball.
Yep. Looks like it's going to be Joplin ball. That's some great momentum for the Eagles going into this next drive. I'm pretty confident in what they're going to be able to do on this drive with this excitement that they just generated.
Yeah, and I'm pretty excited for this game. Just as Coach Williams said right there, it's going to be a thriller that comes down to the end. And, well, we're getting a show here, no doubt about that. And if you got to come into the Eagles Stadium tonight or you're watching at home, this is definitely a game that's going to keep you interested until the end. And I'm very confident in the Eagles pulling this out here. It's just on the shoulders of a sophomore right now, Mr. Tash, and let's see how he controls this offense. Now go to number 5, and that's going to be Eagles' Kelson Newton. And are they saying fumble?
I guess he did not believe that he was down as he kept going.
See what happens here. Yep. So it'll be a completion.
Going to make it to about the Eagles' 15-yard line.
.9:40 to go here in the fourth quarter. Tash finds Westmoreland. Westmoreland finds some room, and he'll get the first down. Not much room, but he gets it.
Yep.
Tackled immediately.
Yep, like Coach Williams said, this is turning into a pretty exciting game. This second half is definitely a defensive battle as no one has scored yet. But hopefully we'll see some scoring from the Eagles on this drive.
Yes, indeed, and that'd be great. Or just waste the time down and get all the way down the field. And if you have a failed drive, then you're down the field and you got to watch the Bulldogs get down. And Westmoreland fights for the first down, and that's 2 in a row for him.
Yeah, that's great. On that 1st and 10, going all the way to get another first down. Showing a lot of hustle and a lot of desire to win this one as we get closer to the end of this.
Indeed. Great night for some football, and if you're not here and you're watching at home, you better be watching it with some good pizza or wings because this is a show, no doubt about that. Kind of wish that we had a little bit more fans out here, and it is full, don't get me wrong, but we could be fuller.
Yeah, that's true. Student section's definitely showing up today. They've been stepping up their game this year. I'm very excited what they've done so far.
It's a good thing they chose those Hawaiian outfits tonight because feels great down there as you can kind of see them all dressed up in their luau attire and cheerleaders got their lays on and Westmoreland over the top and he won't. Well, it's picked off. Did it hit the ground? Okay, good. Referee got to see the other side of that.
Yep. Obviously had a good viewpoint from where he was,
and
but
number
from
15
this angle, looked like an interception.
Yep. Number 15 falling down to the ground and he's pulling towards. That looks like an Achilles or an ACL.
It's not looking good.
Nope, he can't move. Condolences go down to him. We'll see what happens. He's getting help up.
He's making it.
Yep. Number 15 there, and that's going to be Blaze Klausner, and he'll get appreciation off the field as he gets taken off by the athletic trainer for Rolla.
Yep. Looks like has the ability to walk off to the sideline with help from one of their trainers, so that's a pretty good sight for him.
No matter who you are, what team you're for, you never want to see that on either side of the ball. And that right there is a guy who's played his heart out tonight. He's been almost in on every tackle.
Yep. That's true. Definitely a great performance from him tonight. Like you said, no matter what, you just want them to be all right.
Yep. Westmoreland up top again. He goes right back to him, and he catches it. Westmoreland with the catch.
That was a great catch on the sideline. There's some pretty tight coverage against him as he went along the sideline, but he was able to make the catch. And the quarterback was under some pressure, so that was a pretty clutch play by the Eagles.
Yep, this is what we talked about at the beginning of the game, too. You want to run the ball, but air it out with a little bit of pigskin through the air, and here we go. It's going in the air.
It's working. Single back quarterback that definitely want to pass.
140 yards now for Westmoreland. First down, Eagles almost. Just a bit shy.
Two skill players right now, Ellis and Westmoreland, are showing up a lot for their team. Definitely pulling a good amount of weight. Both having a lot of yards right now.
Yeah, no doubt about that. With 8 minutes, 17 seconds to go here. Tash is going to hand it off. Ellis again. Ellis is going to break through, and he'll get the first down and more. Gain of about 15 there for Ellis.
That was a great run by him. Having the ability to stay off the ground for a couple more yards near the end there. He's definitely working very hard on this drive.
Indeed.
I'm pretty confident that the Eagles can score and make this lead even bigger on this drive.
No doubt about that. Westmoreland being a big factor here. Ellis as well, and as you stated it, the 2 young guys, actually 3 if you really count the quarterback in there.
Yep.
Ellis, number 26 there, getting the carry again. Ellis is the senior who is leading this team, and he's being helped by 2 sophomores, and now you got the sophomore and senior connection going. Ellis is definitely showing that he is a senior tonight.
Yep. All this talk of the sophomores and the Eagles, it's good to have some senior representation on the team because he's doing very well.
Indeed. Ellis with the carry again. He's going to march it on in. Touchdown, Joplin. Your Eagles take a 26-14 lead.
That's great for the Eagles. That's exactly what they were looking for on that drive to make the lead even bigger. Ellis definitely pulled so much weight on that drive and had a great run at the end.
Every fan in this stadium is on their feet, and Joplin has brought him up.
Great run. Looks like they're going to go for 2. Try to get their score to 28 so they don't have that 1 point down.
Yep, definitely need to do that here. It's been a long time coming. They're doing it late in the game. I like it.
Yeah, I definitely like it too. It's something that I would want to do. Since this lead is more comfortable, let's try to get that slip up out of the way.
And we know it's going to be between 3. It's going to go to Ellis, Westmoreland, or Tash. And
Yep.
we have a timeout because Rolla was not ready. Well, Joplin wasn't ready.
Yep, Joplin looked to be a little confused there. But, yeah, we might still see that 2-point conversion when they get back out of that timeout. But
Yep.
I hope they do. I think that would be a good move.
It definitely would be a good move, and Joplin needs it right now, that boost of momentum to keep their defense fired up. Defense has been out there quite a bit this second half. You
Yep.
can tell that they're fatiguing, and now you have 7 minutes, 17 seconds. You're up 26-14. If Joplin can hold them and make them march down the field slowly, either force a turnover or let them score and then come back, and then Joplin marches down the field, it'd be a good thing for them.
Yeah, that would definitely be a very good thing for them. A lot relying on this defense. Once the Bulldogs start their possession, they have to make a stop. And so far, they've done pretty well because the Bulldogs have not had any points so far in this second half.
Yep, there's no doubt about that. Joplin has held them scoreless again, and they're doing really good in the 3rd and 4th quarters so far in the past 2 games, and Joplin's just lights out right now.
Yeah, they sure are. They're definitely doing very well. They've improved a lot since the first half, but let's see if they can get this 2-point conversion.
Indeed. They're going to roll it out. Tash is wide open. Throws touchdown for the 2-point conversion.
Oh,
He's out.
Say that's going to be out.
Wow. That guy has been off tonight.
I definitely thought that was in. His knee must have been down for that 2-point conversion, but that referee obviously disagreed.
Yep.
And all the Eagles players.
That's about the 4th time tonight that they've disagreed, and Coach Jasper's probably going to give him an earful again.
Yeah. I would not be happy if I was him. That's 2 big mistakes on the sides of the refs in this game, and once it gets close to those final minutes, that really matters a lot.
Indeed, and there you go. The cheerleaders are down there doing their push-ups to match the points on the board. 7:17 left to go here, and your Eagles lead the Bulldogs 26-14 in a scoreless second half for the Bulldogs so far.
Yep. Joplin Eagles offense finally pulling through and getting some points on the board in this second half. Near the middle of the 4th quarter, let's see if they can keep this momentum going once they get the ball back. That's definitely what they want to do.
Indeed. Joplin looks to kick it off. And it's going to be number 30 kicking it off, and that is going to be Garrett Landis. Haven't talked about him much tonight. And again, number 9 fumbles with the ball. Joplin's going to get him deep.
Yep, that's a great tackle by number 11, Spencer Cornett, there to contain number 9 on that return. That's going to give the Eagles defense a lot of room to prevent a touchdown now that the Bulldogs are starting this possession.
Oh, yeah.
It'll be interesting to see how the Bulldogs quarterback performs on this possession. It seems that they keep getting pretty far down the field, but then a couple slip-ups ends their possession.
Yeah, there's no doubt about that. And Joplin's defense coming back out again here, and 7:10 on the clock, 26-14. Joplin in the lead. Pritchett gives the ball out to number 15 again, and he's going to gain about 3 or 4 there.
Yep, Luke Kuhnel just able to catch the shoulder pad of the receiver there and stop him. It's going to make it about 2nd and 5.
Yep. No way. Joplin's defense, yeah, they get the pressure back there, but get stopped. I was going to say no way that they let him score here, but never mind. Into Eagle territory they go, and Pritchett on the ground again.
Yep. Looks like Pritchett was able to get a pretty good run there thanks to one of his linemen on the right side. Looks like his right tackle was able to stop that defensive end from getting a containment ability on him, so he got a very good or long run there. Pretty sad to see.
Yep, clock stops for just a second. Coach Jasper there. See, looks off to the coverage. Miscue there between the quarterback and the receiver, right in front of him. He didn't even touch it.
Yep. Had a lot of time to throw that ball, though. They're going to definitely need to pressure him if they want to stop them from scoring.
Yep, we need Ethan Vang to get in there, folks. And Ethan Vang is a name that we haven't heard much from this year. And he was a very key player last year, got hurt towards the end of the season. And
yep.
Talked to Coach Crane, who coaches the defense, and he said that he's ready for him to step up. He's a senior, and he's expecting him to. So 3 games in now and looking to be 3-1 on the season after the 4th game tonight. And Joplin's Ethan Vang is yet to be really talked about.
Yep. Definitely when it gets closer to the end of these games, individual play and how they do definitely matters a lot. So we'll see if he's able to pull through on this one.
Yep. They're going to come from behind to get him, almost trying to strip the ball out there. Pritchett is bleeding. I don't know how he's playing still.
He's limping.
I mean, he's been the main ball carrier tonight.
Yep.
If you're bleeding, you're supposed to get off the field. So I don't know why they're not concerned about his safety.
I don't know. He doesn't look like he's too healthy out there right now.
You can see his throwing hand has blood all over it.
Yep.
And then his opposite hand, the elbow on that left hand there, or excuse me, left arm.
Oh,
see the blood
yep.
there, and then on the other arm, you'll see it if he bends his arm back. He's bleeding on the
I
tip
saw.
there. So pretty beat up tonight. I mean, that's what you do when you sacrifice your body and you're the number 1 guy and only guy on your offense.
Yep, that's true. Bulldogs relying heavily on their quarterback right now. Eagles have an advantage since they have 2 very good running backs to alternate between, but
yep. Joplin may allow a score here. About 4 yards away from the end zone now.
Yep, they're definitely inching closer. We'll see if the Bulldogs quarterback is able to remain through this game since so much of the team's success is relying on him. He definitely needs to pull through if his team wants him to win.
Indeed. So with 5:22 to go, Bulldogs finally looking to score here. And Joplin's defense is going to eat them up. And right now, if you're the Bulldogs, you don't go for that field goal, it's 4-down territory.
Yeah, that's true. That was a great tackle by the Eagles there. Plug up that hole and take him down as fast as possible. That kind of clutch ability matters a lot once they're getting close to the goal line now. So that was very good by the Eagles.
Indeed it was. And Joplin, 4:50 to go here.
Oh.
And a muff snap again by the quarterback. You got to sack him there if you're Joplin, which they're going to get the sack. And where's their picked off?
Interception.
Yep. Joplin's going to force it, and the scoreless streak is still intact here in the second half. That's going to be number 21 for the Eagles, Nick Lewis.
That was a great job by the Eagles defense there, taking advantage of that messed up snap on the side of the Bulldogs, getting him to the left side. Looked like he was going to throw it out, But obviously, Nick Lewis took advantage and got that interception for the team.
That's kind of cool down there. Now Missouri Southern rookie linebacker, freshman, I should say, Levi Roush, who was a pivotal defensive player for the Eagles last year. He's down there on the sidelines visiting his old teammates, and maybe they were just showing off for him.
Yep, that's true. If I was him, I'd definitely be happy about what the Eagles just did on that defensive play. That was very impressive.
No doubt about that, and that's kind of shades of Levi Roush right there. I mean, him and Vang were the ones last year who led that line.
Yep, that's true. Definitely the defense is showing up for that past year, living up to that name, so that's very good for the Eagles.
So with 4:37, the tempo of the game has changed once again. We have another turnover by the Joplin defense. That's interception number 2.
Yep, that is. Great job by the Eagles getting all these turnovers in this game, switching that momentum. That's so important for them.
Yep, Eagles fans going crazy down there. As you can see the band jamming out. They're excited about this game. And, I mean, really, who wouldn't be?
Yep, I would definitely be excited. Wherever you are in this stadium, if you're an Eagles fan, you're excited because they're really showing up in this second half, especially the defense.
Yep, I mean, you're up 26-14 right now if you're the Eagles. What would you do in this situation? Would you air it out and let Zach Westmoreland have a night where he's already over 150 yards? Or would you just run the ball to run out the clock? Do you want to add more to the score?
Well, if you're a coach, I guess the natural thing to do in the fourth quarter is just to run it out and try to get that clock chewed. And Flowers and Ellis are very capable, so they can do it for the team. And here we see Flowers getting just to the line of scrimmage. But this is probably what you're going to see from the Eagles offense throughout the rest of the game since they do have a 12-point lead.
Yep, and Joplin down to 1 timeout for this game now. And the Bulldogs, fortunately, have 3.
Yep.
So if they really want to, they can stop the momentum of this game.
That is definitely true. These timeouts matter a lot near the end of the fourth quarter.
4:10 to go here in the fourth quarter. Wes Underwood alongside
Michael Carney,
bringing you tonight's action from the Dewey Combs Sports Complex. We've had a lot of action here in the booth tonight as well with Dr. Moss stopping by. And number 5 gets the ball, bringing some action down on the field, and that is going to be Kelson Newton, the senior for the Eagles.
That was a great catch by him in the middle of the field and a great throw by the quarterback. That's going to make a great Eagles first down.
Yep, and your Eagles are looking forward to moving to 3-1 now. I mean, this game is pretty close to being in the books. If they could just get it under 2 minutes, Joplin should have nothing to worry about.
Yep, that was very well executed pass right there to switch up what they were doing with the runs and just get a first down. I'd be worried if I was a Bulldog fan.
No doubt about it. Bet Dr. Moss is down there on the sideline happy as can be right now, watching our Eagles get this W.
That's true. It looks like number 11, Spencer Cornett, got that reverse. Got a good amount of yards. Looks like he got about 4 or 5 on that one. That's a good solid run. That's what you're looking for.
Indeed it is. I mean, this just Joplin offense is, again, as we stated earlier, lights out for the most part. 2 penalties all night for the Eagles, and that's the big story. Couple on defense too, so 4 total. And the big penalties came against the Bulldogs, which really gave Joplin new life.
Yeah.
Every time they got the penalties, so.
That's true. The Eagles have definitely had an advantage over the Bulldogs in terms of mess-ups. The Bulldogs have had quite a few miscues throughout this game. And the Eagles doing a great job to improve from last week, where they had so many penalties, now having just a few.
Yep, the Eagles kind of rushing off the field there as they see an angry coach for the Bulldogs come out onto the field. He called the timeout real quick after that.
Did.
So Joplin Eagles looking good here. 26-14. No points allowed yet in the fourth quarter or the third quarter, so the second half alone. And 2:45 to go on the clock. Joplin sitting pretty at the moment.
Yep. Defense doing exactly what they need to do to win today. Not letting the Bulldogs score anything. Yep. They have done very well in this second half. I would be very proud if I was Coach Jasper right now.
Oh, yeah, no doubt about it. And not even Coach Jasper's peers of the Eagles football team and family members and just members of the community here tonight being able to see this game. And Joplin looking strong early on this season. 3-1 after tonight if they get this win. And Joplin's going to be going up here next week, and they're going to be playing West Plains at West Plains, and then they'll be back home against Waynesville, and Waynesville is always a great game.
That's definitely true. I can't wait to see that one at home.
Tash is going to run it. He'll take a beating, and I think he stays inbounds. So that'll bring up 4th down.
Yep.
Joplin's going to be punting again, we would assume. But Tash is staying out there.
Interesting, yeah.
4th and 8, 2:22 to go. Joplin up 26-14.
This is quite an interesting decision by the Joplin coaches to go for it on 4th when their main objective is to run out the clock. And it looks like it's 4th and 8 right now, so I don't really know what's going on.
Yeah, and you got 2 minutes on the clock and winding down. I think they're waiting for the play clock to go down to call the timeout.
Yeah.
And it will be their final timeout. And under the 2-minute warning now. So Joplin, I guess, kind of a smart move there.
Yep.
Just kind of taking a breather, getting themselves collected, letting the defense have their time, and smart move overall.
I think so. Yep, that's true. Eagles doing all they can just to keep this lead for the end of the game.
And special teams coach down there again, Alan Linden, he looks pretty intense. I mean,
Sure does.
You're sending the punt unit out there. You got to be telling that line, do not let them through and let them have that momentum. Get the ball out cleanly and punt it down the field so they can have less momentum and we can have all the momentum going into the end of this one.
Yeah, that's true. Special teams matters a lot near the end of the game. One slip up and that can swing a whole game for you. So Coach Linden, I'm sure right now, is trying to stress as much as he can the importance of playing safe and just getting a good punt.
Yep, and a good night for the band, too. I mean, they've been able to play a lot, get a lot of practice in, as much practice as this football team has had all night.
Yep.
I mean, the more repetitions for each of these guys, the better they get. And, well, I mean, Joplin's student section is now getting out their lights for, I don't know, their candlelight.
Yeah.
Kind of back and forth what you do at a concert. They're doing that for their players.
That's true. An interesting decision by the student section right now, but let's see how this punt goes.
Almost blocked. Man, number 9 has just been handsy all night. Nice wrap up by number 80 there for the Eagles, and that is going to be Warren Aldridge.
That was a very solid punt by the Eagles there. That's pretty much what you're looking for, just to get them to the Bulldogs. Looks like 33-yard line.
I get the significance of the lights now. They're waving goodbye with their lights and singing na 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 na, hey hey goodbye.
Yep.
Student section's happy. We're happy. Everybody at home, you're happy. So
It's like a little psychological warfare by our student section against the Bulldogs.
and it may work.
It's like that was a completed pass
Yep.
against the sideline.
And now the
Second and 3, I think.
I believe that we will win chant is starting. So, well, Joplin, everything's in the making to go 3-1 on the season and have a 3-game winning streak. And Curtis Jaspers finally got his team's momentum together.
Yeah, that's awesome. Our team has a very great record right now. If they get this W, 3-1's awesome.
I don't know if they'll count that as a fumble. I mean, that was in and out.
Yep. They're saying that's incomplete.
Yeah, number 11 there took a licking, and
Sure did.
Jake Grooms got himself groomed.
Yep, that's nice. Only had that ball for probably not even 1 second. Just popped right out.
Yeah, and that was great coverage by the defensive backfield of Joplin. Minute 38 to go. Again, we'd like to thank you all for tuning in. A good stop there. Tipped up in the air. Almost picked off again. That was tipped up by Jake Flowers.
That would have been a very big turnover.
And then again, we'd like to thank you all for tuning in to Jet HD tonight. Under the direction of Mr. Brad Douglas, Nathan Ward, and we got Daniel Miller out there, and Will Watson, Jarrett Graves, Laurel Sign, and Julian Garrett, all guys that you go to school with and gals there. And bet it's a privilege to work underneath them every week and help them out. And you guys probably have a great friendship going like what we used to have in the sports production area. So
Yep, that's true. Very proud of the crew right now. Wouldn't be possible without them. They've given us some great shots tonight. So they've done a very good job on those cameras.
Yep, and Michael Carney and myself tonight always glad to have you in the booth with me. Worked out great tonight.
Yep.
Having a few interviews to do, so we were a little less bored and able to get the audience involved there and be able to bring in some of the people who make Joplin schools the best that they can be. And the superintendent, Dr. Melinda Moss, love thanking her to come up here tonight. Great interview.
Yep.
Great person to talk to as always. Great boss to work for, no doubt about that. She's helping this school district out. And with 1:25 to go, I'd also like to thank Coach or ex-coach Jake Williams for coming in as Joplin tipped that one, and I believe someone's mouth guard came out on top of that ball because I saw something fly up there.
Yep.
But we want to thank Jake Williams for taking his time out of his night, for coming up here and talking. Always great having him. He's welcome anytime. Middle school athletics director taking over for current athletic director Matt Hyatt. And then Jake's father coming in and talking about JYBA, and sounds like great things are happening for this community with those two, and they're very welcomed in this community, and all three of them are actually welcomed in this community and helping it out. I mean, coming back from everything that this town's been through and seeing the positive vibes out of all these guys, it's been great, and couldn't be behind a better Eagles staff this year.
Yeah, that's true. Eagles staff doing a lot for this town, but looks like the Bulldogs just scored near the end of the fourth quarter. That's a little uncomfortable, in my opinion.
Well, I mean, you had to have a score there at some point.
Yep.
He's been running the ball effectively and hard tonight. He's been the workhorse for this team, and he's the one doing everything, and just him getting that touchdown is the icing on his cake tonight because he's played lights out. We'll give it to him. He's run the ball effectively. He's passed it effectively. Joplin's on top by 6. I mean, there's still enough time here for a mistake.
That's true. This next kick, which is without a doubt going to be an onside kick, is very important for the Eagles. If that goes to the Bulldogs, then that's going to be dangerous.
Yep. Fortunately, not unfortunately, the Eagles are up by 5, so they'd have to get a safety and a field goal to tie it, but a touchdown wins it.
Yeah, touchdown does win it.
And the way Joplin's defense has played under pressure tonight, that drive there wasn't really a pressure moment. I mean, you have almost a 2-touchdown lead.
Yep.
So right now, special teams, definitely Coach Linden down there saying hold on to the ball, and you got Whitehead down there, Coach Whitehead, that is, and he's ready for things to go on as well, and I think Joplin may be able to get this here. I mean, they've squibbed it tonight. They've kicked it over the head. They've let it roll. They've punted it. They've done everything. They've thrown it over us. They've thrown it to us, and Joplin's just been there all night and capitalized very well, and I'm honestly proud of this team tonight and everything that they've done. They've just had a couple of miscues, but other than that, lights out playing tonight. Played defense like they've supposed to been playing, and obviously you can see that with the score as Joplin's in the lead, and the offense has played well too. And there's that onside kick, and Joplin's going to get it. Number 21 wraps it into his arms. That's going to be Nick Lewis, who's played a big role here tonight with an interception and now securing the ball, and all Joplin has to do is sit on it.
Yep. Nick Lewis has definitely performed some very high-pressure moments for the Eagles. Both of his big contributions there, that onside recovery and the interception, did a lot for the Eagles to help them win this game.
No doubt about that, and Joplin just having their way with the ball offensively tonight. Again, yes, a couple of stops here and there, and momentum stopped for a little bit for the offense, and then Rolla got their momentum and just kept going, and it's been a back-and-forth game, and like Coach Williams said, it's going to be a close one to the end, and, well,
That's
Joplin's
true.
held true,
Yep. That defense on that last Bulldogs drive definitely showed a little bit of fatigue there, but you got to forgive them because in this second half, they've done exactly what they needed to do. Only hold them to one touchdown in this whole half.
No doubt about it. So Flowers gets the carry, and time's going to wind. The whistles blew before the ball even came out, and then whistles blew as number 12 for the Eagles got on top of it. That's going to be Blake Tash, the quarterback there, and
scary for a second there. Bulldogs definitely showing a lot of passion when that ball popped out.
Yep. And the fumble shouldn't stop the clock. Clock should continue to run, but maybe they took an official timeout because Rolla did not call their second. And now Rolla does call their second.
We're going to go ahead and take it.
So, if you're the Eagles here, just kind of relax. I mean, I said sit on the ball, but you also got to realize the Bulldogs want to come back in this and defeat the Eagles. So, they got a lot going on down there, and Joplin's just going to have to play it out and try to get the first down at least. So
that's true. Yeah, they really need to get this first down right here. If they can get it, I think that they definitely secure a win on this one. But a lot relies on this second, and it's like 13 now, and what they can do in the plays following.
Yes, it does. And with 54 seconds left on the clock, Joplin holding on to the 5-point lead, 21-26, and Rolla now with one timeout. Joplin's going to have to do something here to get that first down, as there's freshman player for the Eagles freshman team, and that's first name Scott. I believe his last name is Lowe.
Mm-hmm.
And he's pretty talented young man.
Yep. Another impressive underclassman for the Eagles.
Yep.
Definitely a pattern going on there.
Indeed. He's a very physical player, and got to watch him play a little bit last year at East Middle School.
Oh, looked like the Bulldogs were trying to strip the ball there, but Flowers is able to hold on very thankfully.
Yep. Looks like Joplin is going to probably be punting here in a little bit.
Yep.
Third down 13 with 51 seconds to go, and the clock only goes to 25. So another timeout by Rolla, and they like to stall, and Joplin's not really being a fan of it right now.
Yeah, that's true. Definitely a little bit unfortunate on this drive for the Eagles getting stopped like that. Now behind the 1st and 10 that they started at, now being like 3rd and 14, so that's a little unfortunate for them.
Yep, no doubt about that. And I mean, really, you don't want to see that as an Eagles player or coach or fan, but I guess really with 51.6 seconds to go, Joplin could take a knee here and run the clock out, essentially, with this being third down and then the next down being fourth. So they could run down the clock to about 20-something seconds and then punt the ball away. So
that's true. Yeah, we'll see what they do.
There it is right there. Joplin on top, 26-21 in this thriller of a game.
It's pretty important on this play that the Eagles hold the ball, don't fumble, because you know the Bulldogs are definitely going to try to take that ball away.
Oh, yeah, there's no doubt. And Joplin is going for it as
Don't
Flowers gets, and he doesn't. He stays in bounds. The clock will continue to run. No timeouts. Smart move by Coach Jasper there. I would punt it away a little bit just to keep it from being closer. I mean, now they could just knee the ball, or down the ball, not knee it. Knee it would keep it running.
Yeah.
But with 25 seconds to go, clock winding down, they're going to air it out here.
It's a pretty crucial moment for the Eagles right now. They have to do this quite perfectly. Don't want to get blocked. Don't want to mess up that snap. Let's see if they can hold under pressure.
Got a pretty wicked moon out there tonight as it's red. If you could look over on the other side of the stadium, it's pretty intense color of the moon.
Yeah, just going to let that clock run out. Take the penalty, move it back. But, there's that moon.
There it is right there.
Beautiful.
Red, indeed. And
red for Eagles.
And yes, it is.
Nature's on our side.
And it's been red for the last few nights.
Yeah.
A little bit having to do with the wildfires out on the west side of the country and unfortunate weather events going on. And Joplin doing some stuff for Hurricane Harvey tonight. And collecting donations for that. And
doing what we can.
Yep. And Joplin's going to seal up the win there. And
it's like the clock runs out just in time.
Indeed, as your Joplin Eagles are going to look to pull out the W here and improve to 3-1 on the year, and the student section's going nuts. They're going to go have a Hawaiian luau again.
Yeah, they are.
Tonight's going to be a celebration in Joplin, and I bet Michael's going to join that with his friends tonight, too.
Yeah, I sure want to get down there as soon as possible. Looks like it's very exciting.
So for Wes Underwood and
Michael Carney,
we'd like to thank you guys for tuning in to Jet HD. We'd love to see you again next week tuning in, and actually 2 weeks from now. So
yep.
We'll see you again here in 2 weeks, and hopefully Joplin keeps on winning. 3-game win streak here for the Eagles, and they roll out of home with a victory again. So 26-21 your final score. So hope to see you next time. Thanks for tuning in to Jet HD. Have a good night.
Please note that will be homecoming night, September the 22nd. Hope to see you then. Thanks for attending tonight's game, and please continue to support your Joplin Eagles. Have a safe trip home.